Live in beautiful Saugerties, New York. It is the home opener for the Saugerties Stallions in the 2023 season. My name is Reagan Harrell from Weber International University alongside my good friend Chris Machado. Chris, it's a brisk but beautiful night for Stallion baseball.
It really is. Welcome everybody to Canton Field and to ourselves here inside the Ulster Savings Press Box Bank where you matter. I'll be on color today, Reagan will be on play-by-play. If you joined us last night, the Saugerties Stallions fell to the Amsterdam Mohawks by a score of 9-1, but a lot of positives in that game.
Yeah, absolutely. We've had a really good pitching performance from Xavier Rodriguez. Gave us 2 strong innings, ran into a little bit of trouble in the third one. But hey, we had 4 other pitchers do very well for the Stallions last night. That wasn't the only thing. We saw some really good battles against some good Mohawk arms. Got to tip your caps to the reason. They are the defending PGCBL champions. However, how about the defense last night? We saw some great stuff. Me especially, I saw Aaron Steligianis, who was at shortstop. He'll be at second base tonight with that infield as well as the outfield, especially in left and right. Saw some good things from the Stallions flashing the leather, Chris.
Yeah, the left side of the infield at third base, Damian Keneally flashing the leather a lot, making outstanding plays. Same thing with Andrew and Motto out in left field last night. Same place there today. It's going to be amazing to see what the Stallions can do as they come in today 0-1. The Albany Dutchmen are 2-1. But let's get you ready, looking right back over at the field today for the first at-bat, which is Vince Venditti for the Albany Dutchmen here against Liam Horan.
Liam Horan getting the start, number 99. The 6'3", 215 sophomore from Stony Point, New York. He winds, deals, and we are underway for the home opener. Fastball at the knees for strike one.
Horan pitched 40.2 innings in college this past season.
0-1 all the way. Just a touch inside to Vince Venditti. Count even at 1 apiece.
6.20.
Venditti had a really good game 2 of their doubleheader yesterday against Watertown, where he went 2 for 4 with 4 RBIs, and he went yard. He'll swing and miss at some high cheddar cheese for strike 2.
With the count 1-2 here, Liam Horan looking like he is on his stuff already early.
He's locating the fastball well. It's where he's got his 2 strikes. See if he goes with something a little off speed on the 1-2. Instead, it's a chopper to the shortstop. Damian Kinley bobbles it. Fires across to Hudson Brown, but not in time. It'll be an E6 for the first base runner of the night for the Dutchman.
And it gets scored in error, so that's going to be reaching first on an E6.
Correct. Well, I'll tell you what, good stuff from Horan in the first AB. Got ahead in the count 1-2, and then did go with a little bit of an off-speed pitch. Looked like a changeup. Hey, I'll take that same exact result early on. Kinley, a good defensive player. See if he gets another opportunity. Now Donovan Canterbury digging in the right-hand batter's box. And this one is sent out center field. Evan Dietrich going back. And about 10 steps in front of the warning track, puts the squeeze on it for the first out.
Great piece of hitting there from Canterbury, just not far enough as Dietrich makes the routine play out in center field.
That will bring up Tyler Cano, the first baseman. He played for the Bativa Mucknocks, and he was a 2022 PGCBL All-Star. In 44 games last summer, he batted .316 with 38 RBIs. Runner goes, throw down a dot from Pollock, and he got him! A frozen rope from behind home plate, and the pitch was a strike. So the E6 eliminated by some excellent work behind home plate. How about that pop time, Chris?
Yeah, right there, Kyle Polak, the catcher from Marist College in Poughkeepsie, New York, saying, "Don't throw on me." An absolute laser from behind the plate to get out Venditti, who reached on the E6.
His fastball misses just above the belt, maybe a tad bit outside to even the count at 1 apiece. I tell you what, I love how Liam Horan is locating his fastball early on. 1-1, chopper to third base. Hill bobbles this one.
going to be a second error. So once again, still no hits, but reaching first on that E5.
Well, very uncharacteristic from the Stallions. What we saw last night was excellent defensive work from the boys in black and gold, but tonight a little shaky on the left side. But now, Chris, really pressure on the Dutchmen. Not every inning you're going to get 2 errors. One's already been eliminated thanks to a dot thrown by Kyle Pollock behind home plate. And 2 gone now.
Yeah, and I got to be honest while this pitch comes in.
This is a floater right field. Ethan Conrad puts on the burners, but it won't matter. The blooper falls. Could have had a potential rundown. Cano advances to third. Now it will be runners at the corners, 2 gone.
Yeah, just Sam Hill electing not to throw over to first. I mean, maybe not wanting to create another error here, but what I got to say is on that E5, that's a tough error call to make. That ball took a horrible bounce right up Hill's arm, and could have been a hit, but they got one now with that blooper into right field. Good piece of hitting.
That will bring up Nick Plew, the third baseman tonight. Quick throw over from Horan. Plew, a Manhattan College product. Played his 2022 Summer League season with the Dutchmen. And he hits this one left side, and it's going to split Hill and Kinley. Cano comes home to score, and the error does come back to bite the Stallions. It's the Albany Dutchmen striking first here in the top of the first inning.
Yeah, Liam Horan with Kyle Polak. There's good communication. We saw a little bit of troubled communication last night in Amsterdam, but everybody's still trying to get used to each other. Never played with each other before, but good selections being made here, but even better hitting by the Albany Dutchmen.
That will bring up Austin Francis. There's another RBI opportunity. Runners first and second, 2 gone. See if Horan can keep the damage and only a single run. Spikes this one into the dirt, gets past Pollock. Runners will advance 90 feet each. And now some serious trouble here in the first. 2 runners in scoring position.
Yeah, just a wild pitch there. Unfortunately, Polak could not block it. Came almost back over to Saugerties' dugout. And that's going to let both runners advance up 90 feet.
That gives Francis an excellent RBI opportunity now. A chance to drive in a couple. He's about to head to his freshman year at the New Jersey Institute of Technology. Stands in the back of the batter's box, parallel stance, toes right on the line. Definitely able to cover a lot of the plate. Watches this fastball neck high for ball 2.
Yeah, right now, Francis is extremely all the way back as far as he can in that batter's box, right on top of home plate.
Looking to just chop one possibly through the right side. 2-0. Popped up out behind the Dutchman dugout, out of play. The 2-1 the count.
That ball right over the fans and sitting in the stands right here behind home plate. Watch out for your windshields. As our audio guys up here in the booth play a little car alarm sound effect for some fun with the fans.
I'm sure that didn't stress anybody out here on opening night. We got a stressful situation enough. Dutchman ahead 1-0 early in this contest. Let's see if Horan's there able to get out of it. He winds, kicks, deals, and this one fouled off again into the netting. Well, that deuce is wild here in the top of the first inning. 2 on, 2 out, a 2-2 count.
Yeah, Liam Horan able to work himself back into this count. Had 37 strikeouts in his college season. Hoping to get one here, get out of the top of the first.
I loved how he's located the fastball so far. See if he goes with the high heat on the 2-2. Horan winds, kicks, deals, spikes one into the dirt, gets past Pollock. However, he's going to have the runner gunned down and out at home plate. Excellent job from Pollock. 2 great defensive plays. Gets the second and third out from the Marist College catcher. Well, that limits the damage to only 1 here in the top of the first inning. We are back in the Ulster Savings press box. Well, you got to say, anytime you have runners second and third, we're only able to keep the damage to one. You got to be happy about that for the Stallions. Let's see what the Bats can do.
Of course, you have to be. Absolute all-star plays there from the Marist catcher in Kyle Polak. Flashing that leather, being able there, the desperation dive to the home plate, tags the plate first and gets a piece of the runner coming in, and the Saugerties Stallions get out of the first with only one run given up.
Hey, let's go through a couple of our lovely sponsors for the 2023 season. Vincent Logo General Contractor, making your vision become a reality. Valley Spa, go to your pool and hot tub professionals. And Ulster Savings Bank, the broadcast deck sponsor, your full service bank from checking to loan insurance and investment services. Chris, I think the big thing tonight for the Stallions, get the Bats hot early. That was not the case, didn't really score until later on, and by then, Amsterdam had the game wrapped up at that point. Let's go ahead and get this run back and give our pitching staff a little bit of confidence early on in the 2023 campaign.
Yeah, it was extremely rough last night in Amsterdam. Saw some okay contact. What contact there was from Saugerties ended up pretty much in all ground balls. So you really want to see him get the Bats hot here as Ethan Conrad, himself a Saugerties native, comes up first for the Stallions right now. Playing right field today for Saugerties. That blooper fell into right field, which put a runner on for Albany, but that's okay, as once again, Liam Horan, Kyle Polak did a fantastic job to get out of that inning.
You know, something that I saw from the Saugerties lineup yesterday, they kept having better and better at-bats throughout the game. And you know, some of these guys, they haven't played since early mid-May. It's been a little while. Maybe they was just knocking off the rust a little bit. But hey, 0-1 on the year. Let's get 1-0. Down 0-1. Let's see if we can't tie this thing up here in the bottom of the first inning. As you mentioned, Ethan Conrad, the Saugerties native.
Playing for his hometown here, and you know he would like to get on base early in this game.
Himself, Damian Kinley and Hudson Brown due up here in the bottom of the first. This one slammed right up the middle, right through the 5-hole of the Dutchman defense. One pitch, one base runner. That's a good start.
That's exactly what Saugerties needed early. Bring some life into your dugout. Raise the morale for your teammates, especially after a game like last night. And let's see what Damian Keneally can do here. Played third last night, today at shortstop. Had the first error in the top of the first, but that's okay as he comes to bat now.
Keneally had an excellent freshman year for Polk State where he batted .292 in 59 plate appearances. This one will get past A.B. Fasolino, the catcher. Let's take you through the rest of the Dutchman defense. Andrew Donchelovich is the starting pitcher. Nick Plew at third base. Tyler Cano, his other corner partner. Up the middle is Donovan Canterbury, Mario Cabello, the shortstop and second baseman. Then left to right, Josh Fagilia, Vince Venditti, and J.T. Vance left to right. 1-0 count already, a runner in scoring position, and Ethan Conrad. Kinley awaits the 1-0. Fasolino unable to put the squeeze on it.
Yes, a great plate discipline there from Damian Keneally. Saw that last night too. Very selective at his at-bats, takes his time.
Here's a 2-0 pitch. Fastball runs off of the plate. Donchelowick looking a little frustrated, and Fasolino going out to have a chat with his pitcher.
Yeah, so calm down your pitcher here, and with 3 balls, 0 strikes here, maybe Damian Keneally has the green light, maybe not. But if he gets walked here, no stranger to walks. Walked 21 times this past season. His on-base percentage was .382 in 56 games played. As now he stares down Don Jelowich.
We would love to get the free pass, get big Hudson Brown attempt. There's a fastball right down Peachtree for strike one. Don Jelowick, the big righty from Stony Brook, just finished up his freshman year. Here's a healthy cut back into the screen. Full count.
Yeah, good hack there, but unfortunately that ball going backwards. Fans protected here by the big netting behind home plate.
Majority of the crowd down the third base line. We got a good crowd tonight for the home opener. A little bit of a chilly night, but this isn't stopping the Stallion faithful.
So now full count to Keneally.
Conrad, the runner at second, dances back and forth. Payoff pitch, swing and a miss on a breaking ball, ran off of the plate. That's a good job from Andrew Donjelowicz, if I say so myself, down 3-0, able to compete. A good fastball, fouled off. One did Keneally.
And now with Hudson Brown coming up, was DH yesterday, first base today, and with the lefty up, Reagan, I gotta give you a heads up. He's a lefty, so watch out as we have no protection here in the press box. If that
well, this one is hit well out to right field, but Vance is underneath. This should be plenty deep to advance Conrad. So a productive AB. I tell you what, it's going to be hard to get one up and out of the field tonight. Wind blowing in heavy right into, well, the broadcast booth right here over the third base dugout where your Stallions reside.
It is. Well, it's not super windy tonight, but what wind there is blowing inside, almost dead center, kind of right field. But on that hit that flew it out into right field, good job there by Ethan Conrad to tag up. Now only 90 feet away from tying this one up.
We've already seen one get past the catcher Fasolino.
This is Evan Wainman, the DH tonight in the cleanup spot for the Saugerties Stallions.
Wainman with the slightly closed batting stance, towing the line. Fastballs spiked down in the dirt. Good stop by Fasolino behind home plate.
Wainman's batting average in college this past season was a .284. Registered 31 hits, 24 RBIs.
He's got a good RBI opportunity here if he can find a patch of grass. Past the infield. 2-0 on the way. Won't be on that one.
And as he looks down a 3-0 count, only walked 11 times. On base percentage, .347. And 34 games played for Evan Wainman.
To 3-0, see if he has the green light. He does not. Allen catches lower inside part of the plate. Still a hitter's count, 3-1. You've already seen Donjelowicz come back from 1-3-0 count as he struck out Damian Kinley for the first out here in the bottom of the first. It's a 1-0 Dutchman lead. The 3-1. This one hit up the middle. The shortstop, Canterbury, gloves and fires across the Tyler Canoe to retire the Stallions. Stallions leave a runner 90 feet away, and through one, it's the Albany Dutchman 1, your Saugerties Stallions 0, as we welcome you back to the Ulster Savings press box. Well, hey, we had a much better start, and we're making better contact than we did yesterday against the Mohawks, Chris.
And totally, it's something that this home crowd is loving to see right now. Unfortunately, you leave Conrad stranded over there on third, but that's okay. It's still early in this game, just 1-0, heading into the top of the second here.
And before we get back to the second, let's take you through a couple more of our lovely sponsors for the 2023 campaign. Town and Country Liquor, they sponsor the umpire lineup. They stock up on entertainment, your town and country here in Saugerties. Steyer Hudson Valley Auto Incorporated. They are now celebrating 50 years of keeping you on the road here in beautiful upstate New York. And Stewart's, your local go-to everyday needs, and they make some killer milkshakes. Tell you what, I actually drove by Stewart's, Stayers a little bit earlier today. It was packed out there. Actually, a couple of little leaguers that we got to celebrate before. I think they were celebrating with a milkshake. Nothing wrong with that.
I mean, nothing wrong with that. And of course, today during the home opener, it is Little League Day. For our pregame ceremony before the national anthem, and the lineups for both teams were announced to this home crowd. We had all the little leaguers, both baseball and softball, and host families come through the center field gate. Got to high five the Stallions. It was very nice to see.
Hey, like our lovely PA announcer Rob Vanderbeek said, if it weren't for those host families, we'd have a bunch of homeless baseball players. Heck, we would too, man.
It's very true. All right, so let's get you back out to the field here.
Chris, what did you see in the first inning that impressed you from Liam Horan?
What I really saw was, you even mentioned it a bunch, his fastball command is on it today. And not only Liam Horan, looks like he's got great communication with Kyle Polak. And you got to admit, these two guys only really know each other for about a week now.
Yeah, you know, it's a battle with Summer League baseball. These guys, they may know each other, heck, a day or two before they are working together. And a pitcher-catcher, that's a communication not just in baseball / softball, but in all of sports. It's one of the most important connections to have.
Here's the first pitch from Horn. That one swung on, fouled back.
Also Francis digging back in. As you remember, in the top of the first, runner was tagged out at home by Pollock to retire the side.
And so he gets another life here, facing an 0-1 count early.
Francis had a good day their last game. He went 2 for 2 in the Dutchmen's big 13-1 win over the Watertown Rapids. And he watches this one down low to even the count, 1 apiece. Horan, the big righty, winds, kicks, and deals. Changeup misses low and outside for ball 2.
And you're looking at the infield positioning here, both the shortstop, third base, and second and first, both on their respective sides. No infield shift for Francis.
Stellaginas playing in the outfield grass, now steps up to the toe of the dirt. This one popped up. Watch out for the Cards again. Count even, 2 apiece.
Liam Horn taking his time here after that foul ball. Likes what he's seen from Polak.
Let's see if Horn can get his first punchy. 2-2, chopper, left side. Kinley there, gloves cleanly, and fires across the diamond to Hudson Brown, who puts the squeeze on it for the first out here in the top of the second. Much better job this go around for Damian Kinley.
Yeah, just about to say, made up for the error in the top of the first. Great routine play there from Keneally, playing short. And watch out again with a lefty.
Now bring up Josh Fogilia. Fogilia out in left field. The lefty spits on the first pitch, low and outside for ball 1.
Josh Foglia here playing left field for the Albany Dutchmen.
He chops this one again. Kinley will get another chance, and a nice play and a nice sidearm toss to first to Hudson Brown. 2 quick outs here in the second.
And 2 fantastic plays there from Damian Keneally. 2 routine ground balls, both by Francis and Foglia.
You know, it wouldn't surprise me at all to see Colin Martin do something similar with the pitching staff tonight. Get 4 or 5 guys to combine, pick up 2 innings, maybe an inning here or there, depending on how that first inning goes for the pitcher. Good curveball in to A.G. Fosolina.
Yeah, Fasolina here. This is where you might see that high school senior versus college athlete matchup.
He's able to spit on that one that bounced in front of home plate to even the count at 1 apiece.
Fasolina just graduating from high school. Now in the summer playing his summer ball in the PGCBL with the Albany Dutchmen. Going to attend St. Rose College.
And he's just not able to catch up to that fastball. Had a little extra Louisiana hot sauce and went right by the incoming freshman. Like we said, Horns had a good fastball tonight. He's gotten a pair of ground balls here in the second. And good eye from the youngster in the right-hand batter's box.
Yeah, Liam Horan really being selective, trying to get some guys to chase, especially low in this inning.
Fosolini, a nice, slightly open batting stance in the back of the box, and he's able to spit on this breaking ball. Good eye, runs the count full. Way to battle, youngster.
Just one thing I've noticed since the top of the first. Top of the first was had a lot more fastballs from Horan. This inning, a lot more of his off-speeds breaking balls.
Like we said, may only be getting 2 pitches, wanting to show everybody his full arsenal. Payoff pitch on the way, fastball down in the dirt. A 2-out walk. We'll bring up Mario Cabello.
Yeah, so the youngster gets the base on balls, and here comes Q Bello, second baseman for Albany. Liam Horn checking Fossilina at first.
You got to think the Dutchmen would be a little bit more hesitant to run after seeing the arm talent behind home plate from Kyle Pollock. The Maris Red Fox has already produced 2 outs, one just being an athlete, picking one up off the dugout, the other one showing off a good pop time and flying a frozen rope to get the runner out at second base.
Horn checking first base there, but nothing. Call is safe.
Call that a scramble back.
Yeah, not a huge lead there, but Fasolina on the shorter side of.
He's leaning back. Doesn't look like he has much interest in running. He's not on the 1-0, but once again, this one spiked down.
Yeah, and a good block there from Polak, because that could have been bad, wild pitch there, but Fasolina knows what Polak did.
You got to think longtime pitching coach Rich Doobie has got to know exactly what's going on with Horn, because that's where he's missing. He's missing down low for the most part.
Yeah, and with 2 outs in this top of the second, doesn't look like the Dutchmen have plans to steal. Oh,
a little fake steal there.
Fake, yeah. Almost made me eat my words.
A good little 1-2 shuffle, but no steal attempt, and a good pitch. Horn had a little bit of movement, only looked like a cutter in for strike 1.
If Q Bello finds a way on base here.
2-1, popped behind the grandstands. Count even, 2 apiece with 2 gone here in the top of the second.
So if Q Bello finds a way on base here, Horn will be facing the top of the order once again. Vince Venditti on deck, who reached first on that E6 to start the game.
Check over from Horn again. Horn winds, kicks, delivers 2-2, breaking ball down in the dirt, runs the count full.
And Kyle Polak here from Marist, showing why he's a true athlete.
He has had an excellent game behind home plate so far. Even when he has not been able to block him, he's made good plays. He has smothered quite a bit. Horn, release point just a little late. Payoff pitch on the way. Popped up mile high. Pollock calls everyone off and is underneath it. Makes the bucket catch for the 3rd out. So the 2-out walk is left stranded, but the Dutchmen still have a 1-0 lead. Hey, let's continue with the bats. Let's get some more RBI opportunities for our guys.
And as we bring it back inside to the Ulster Savings press box here, I'll be here by myself for just a quick second while my broadcast partner Reagan Harrell just adjusts some of his paperwork. There he is.
Well, you know, we got this beautiful press box here at Cantine Field, but the wind sometimes blows things away. I lost my roster for a second. That might be something that's important.
Well, that's all right. We all go through struggles here and again. But both great plays by both teams going on now as we're going to enter the bottom of the second here. And let's see if Saugerties can get those bats hot once again, bring some morale back into their dugout. And especially after a game like last night, you want to see good pieces of hitting, which we did see in the bottom of the first, and you hope they can repeat it here.
All right, let's talk about some of our great sponsors this year, Chris. Slices, your local go-to. Slices, going above and beyond with pieces that aim and please your taste buds. Sawyer Savings, local banking is baking made easier. And Sawyer Motors, Sawyer Chevy. The Sawyer Motors Car Show takes over Saugerties Sunday, July 7th. Mark your calendars, fancy car lovers, as we have a water balloon toss. I tell you what, Chris, I have no interest in being in a water balloon toss, being from Florida.
Well, yeah, I mean, for you, this is real. This must be cold. I see you shivering a little bit, especially before the game, but the little leaguers out there playing with the water balloons. But it's only around 60 to 65 degrees right now. I know where you're from. That's hoodie weather. Up here, that's shorts and a t-shirt, my friend. Well, sending you back out to the field.
Well, I may be a little chilly, but hopefully the bats get hot here in the bottom of the second.
And speaking of our sponsors, you mentioned Slices. I stopped there after practice one time, and we were here trying to fix out some of our issues with the audio and the video.
Not
I do
bad.
apologize if our audio is a little wonky. We are trying to currently fix that, especially before the next game. But for now, we got to do with what we have, unfortunately. But we thank you for joining us nonetheless, especially if you joined us last night and tonight. All right, so yeah, but like I was saying, Slice's great pizza, and especially me being from Yonkers, New York, just living on the border of the Bronx, to just put into perspective for how close I am to the city for you, Reagan. I only live 10 minutes away from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. And so pizza means a lot to me, and over there they got some great slices, hence the name.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to be heading to New York City for one of our off days, so you'll have to give me some.
If you want, I mean, we can drive down together.
Hey, sounds good, my friend.
All right, so this is Andrew Amato.
Yeah, Amato coming off a solid sophomore year for Delaware where he batted .276. Open batting stance. Watches this one go through the 5-hole of the Dutchman catcher, Vasilino.
Yeah, Andrew Amato playing left again today like he did last night. Outstanding plays. There was one play last night, if you had joined us, I believe Mr. Harrell here had mentioned it. Amato was deep over in left, and here comes the pitch low. And he ran all the way over into left center, but he was near that foul pole to start that run, but made an absolute amazing catch.
Yeah, he showed some excellent range. That's what you're looking for with an outfielder. You don't always need them to make the fancy plays. You want them to make routine plays that, you know, for a lot of players are fancy plays. It's all about being able to recognize the pitch off of the bat and get in good position, and he did that very well. And now he's got to protect with the count even at 2 apiece.
And just watch out again with the lefty. The ball could fly in here at any moment.
Chopper left side and back pick from Canterbury, but that's all he'll be able to do is knock it down. That should be an infield single.
And that's what gets awarded. It gets awarded the single. No E5.
Yeah, no, you cannot go against Nick Plew, the third baseman, or Donovan Canterbury. They did all they could to get there. It was a good job by the shortstop, Canterbury, to knock it down. That will bring up Aaron Stellagenis. He's probably a little bit chilly as well. He's from Polk State, went to Polk State.
Yeah, JUCO down there in Florida.
Not too far from my neck of the woods, Polk State, right there in Polk County, Florida. Got 4 really good baseball teams there. Weber, Warner, and Southeastern all in the NAI, and then Polk State, a good junior college. Good baseball in Florida, which is represented well in the 2023 Stallions roster. Fooled by the changeup, out in front, swing over top, did Aaron.
And Stellagenis on the other side of the infield. Last night at short, today second base.
Well, he made one heck of a pick off of the turf last night.
He did.
Throw just wasn't in time. A speedy Amsterdam runner was able to beat it out.
Now facing the 1-1.
Stellagenis, a big cut fastball, and able to catch up to this one.
One thing I've seen, out of almost every single Stallion is, including last night and tonight, when they swing, these aren't just trying to get some ground balls. They take really big hacks.
There have been some big hacks, and hey, we saw a couple already early on. 1-2 on the way. Chopper, left side. Nick Plew. He's only going to have one play. Speedy Stellagenis beats it out. How about the hustle? And I tell you what, Nick Plew just checked over at second base for a split second. But Andrew Amato was hustling as well. You know, that's something I love to see. You don't always see that here in Summer League baseball. You know, guys, they don't want to get hurt going back to their college. But I have not seen that at all from the Stallions here through, well, 1+ games. They are hustling in offense and defense. We got ourselves a good situation here.
Yeah, definitely no quit. These boys here in Saugerties, they want to win. And that's sometimes what a lot of people get frustrated about in the majors.
As Alex Nevels takes that fastball way upstairs.
And I mentioned that, so Amato there fast, and Stellagenis even faster to beat that throw from Nick Plew, the third baseman for Albany.
Wouldn't be overly surprised to see Colin Norton, the third base coach, ready to put on a little hit and run action here in the bottom of the second. The 1-0. I've been impressed by Don Jelwich's changeup. He's been able to fool a couple of Stallions already with it.
And at the dish now for Saugerties is Alex Nevels. He's our extra hitter tonight.
Nevels watching a 1-1 fastball right down Broadway.
Not a lot of college play this past season. Only played in 7 games. Batted an average of 250, 2 hits, both of 2 RBIs though, and 3 walks. On base percentage of 455 and slugging only of 250.
Well, good speed on both the backs. 1-2. Hits him.
Gets plunked hard. That'll be a bruise tomorrow morning, but he's going to walk that one off now. And Saugerties got the bases loaded.
That's the right idea from the righty for the Dutchman. 1-2, get that fastball up in the hand, see if you can either get a rollover or a swing and a miss underneath it. However, you can't run it that up and in. And now a very dangerous situation with Kyle Pollock digging in the right-hand batter's box, bases loaded, nobody out. You remember, it was a very similar situation for the Mohawks that they took advantage of the Stallions. Maybe we can return the favor against the Dutchmen.
Well, here's Kyle Pollock. He's had a great night as he looks at a strike down the middle. He's had a great night behind the dish so far.
Well, you know the old saying, great defense usually leads to good offense. Here's the 0-1 from Don Jelwick, and it's lofted into shallow right field, but Cubeo able to get it.
And Andrew Amato over at third thought about going, but hesitated. Probably the smart decision there.
Absolutely. I went just about 10 feet into the outfield grass. And shout out Pickles, the bat boy, going out, helping keep our field clean.
Well, here's Evan Dieter from St. Bonaventure.
See if the St. Bonnie righty is able to produce the first run here at Cantine Field.
Center fielder last night and tonight.
1-0. Hits this one left side. It's going to split Blue and Canterbury. 1 run comes home to score. Here comes Stella Jennis, and the script has been flipped. 2-1 Stallions lead, courtesy of Evan Dieter. That's just a really good piece of hitting. Didn't try to do a whole lot with it. Able to split the left side of the infield, and now the Stallions have their first lead of 2023 campaign.
A fantastic piece of hitting that just found the hole in the left infield for Evan Dieter. And now Saugerties is able to score 2 big ones and take the lead here early against Albany.
And they're going to have a quick meeting of the minds. Pitch coach, catcher and pitcher out on the mound for the Dutchman. Now 2 runs on 4 hits for the Stallions. Already matching last night's totals and exceeding it in the hits category.
Well, as the pitching coach for the Albany Dutchman comes out here to talk to Don Jelowich. Leaving now. He'll have to face Sam Hill, playing third for Saugerties today. And he's going to hope he can replicate what Dieter did and get himself an RBI as runner over in third. He's taking a big lead.
That's Alex
And that's
Nevels.
number 9. Yep, Alex Nevels, the extra hitter who got plunked.
We've already seen a couple. As this one is ripped into left field. Fagilo's able to put the squeeze on it, but plenty deep for Nevels, and a 3-1 Stallions lead.
Fantastic piece of hitting there to get the sacrifice fly, and now the Saugerties are extending their lead, and you can see it in the on-field camera. The dugout is getting hype here in Saugerties, New York at Cantine Field.
A big-time insurance run, 3-1 lead. And we are back to the top of the lineup, Ethan Conrad. He singled his last time at the plate. And this one hit well out to center field. Back goes Venditti, but he will catch it just shy of the warning track. But the damage done here in the bottom of the second. 3 Stallions come home. There's the bats. Hey, like I said, I was a little chilly, and the bats, they've warmed me up now. Got the blood flowing up here, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, you can be cold in the press box, but so long as the bats are hot, fans are happy, it's a good time at the ballpark tonight. We're going to welcome you back inside the Ulster Savings press box here in a second. There we are.
Well, I'll tell you what, Chris, is exactly what I wanted to see. We get punched in the mouth for the second game in a row, and we respond. Now up 3-1, and see what the new pitcher we have coming in. We'll get some identification as soon as we can see the jersey number.
It's going to be...
That's Brandon Eldridge, number 32, a righty from Aaron, South Carolina, Western Carolina product.
All right, so he's going to take his warm-up. His warm-up pitches here, as you can see in the... Oh, well, we still have you here in the press box, but when we flip you out there to the on-field camera as Albany Dutchmen.
I'll tell you, let's tell you a little bit more about our lovely sponsors while we let Eldridge continue to warm up. Rip Van Winkle Country Club, bring your swing to the rip. Richards Electric turns lights turning on. Sponsors, when the lights go out, call Richards Electric. Peak Trading Construction Tool Warehouse. Need a lift or tie down? Peak Trading has the supplies. And Paul Sennett Plumbing and Heating. Stable Deck, sponsor of the Stallions. Call Paul Sennett for all your plumbing and heating needs. You see the Sennett sign out there. I'll tell you what else I see over by the stable, Chris. That 2021 PGCBL Champions banner. I tell you what, man, I wouldn't mind hanging one of those at the end of the first week of August.
Yeah, not at all. And of course, both our first years with the team would be extremely exciting for us to also broadcast a lot of playoff summer ball.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind telling my coach, hey, coach, I'm going to be a little bit late for fall camp.
As we enter the top of the third here with Eldridge on the mound. Here comes the batter for the Albany Dutchmen. And Eldridge is going to have to come in here and face the top of the order. That's going to be Vince Venditti, Donovan Canterbury, and Tyler Cannell due up this top of the third. And we're seeing a repeat from last night in Amsterdam. Seems like the pitchers might be changing again, once again, every 2 innings here.
Hey, like I said yesterday on the broadcast, you got to thank Colin Martin. He's just looking to see what he's got early on. Let's let the bats, look, last night against the Dutchmen, we found out we got 3 or 4 good pitchers. Let's see how many we can add on to that repertoire. This one's chopped left side, but out of play foul. Venditti, he rolled over to shortstop, but reached on a fielding error. Came around to score the lone run of the ball game for the Dutchmen. Eldridge winds, deals the 0-1 fastball well upstairs to even the count.
1-1 here to Venditti. Reached first on the E6, his first at bat.
1-1, there's a good fastball on the outside part of the plate for strike 2.
And with the VIP fans behind home plate.
Making some noise. That 1-2 pitch is hit right towards them, but into the screen, protecting them.
Yeah, with the fans there, GM, base, trying to hype up the VIP section behind home plate.
See a couple of my host brothers as well. The host family. 1-2 on the way from Eldridge, looking for a punchy, good curveball, but good spit by Venditti. I love Eldridge's pace. He's going to be able to adjust well to the new pitch clock era. 2-2 fastball popped up. Left side. Plew is over by the railing, runs into it, but is unable to make the play as he gets some support from the local Little Leaguers. Looks like he's okay. He hit his ribs pretty hard on the fencing. But Sam Hill, our third baseman,
yeah, he ran into that fence pretty hard, but seems to be all right, not shaking up too bad. Good job by the fans down there, down the third base line to ward him up the fence.
Back ready to go. The 2-2 pitch. Heater just missed below the knees to run the count full. A good at bat from Venditti. Getting his second plate appearance. Awaits the payoff pitch, hits this one. Foul down the third base line.
And a deep right there for Eldridge. That one was just a long strike.
That was a double waiting to happen. Very quick off of the bat, but he's got new life. Payoff pitch, the 3-2 from our 3-2. Swing and a miss, he got him, took a little bit off of that one and absolutely fooled Venditti. A good battle from Brandon Eldridge as he gets his first strikeout of the 2023 Stallions campaign.
And I like the way you put that, 3-2 from our 3-2. What word, got good wordplay, my friend.
I appreciate it. Well, let's see if we can continue with the good pitching out on the mound.
Yeah,
from
fantastic
Mr.
heater
Eldridge.
that just went by Venditti.
Donovan Canterbury, shortstop tonight, digging in. He put a little charge into one, but flew out to center field his first plate appearance. And watches this 1-0 fastball run off the plate. Kyle Polak throws down, tells him calm down just a little bit. Juice has got to be flowing pretty good from Eldridge after getting the punchy. 2-0. Again, this fastball misses inside. So now, Eldridge having a little bit of trouble locating the fastball. If he can just have a get-me-over fastball on the 3-0. And he misses just upstairs.
Gets the 4-pitch walk. Not what Eldridge wanted to give.
Not what you want to do at all with the very dangerous Tyler Canoe digging in. As we alluded to earlier, Cano was an all-star in the PGCBL last year. We'd love to get the tall, lumbering righty up. This one fired down by Polak after it was spiked. And Canterbury, excellent speed, will dig in. That will take care of a routine double play. That one did not get far away from Polak at all, but Donovan Canterbury, he did not break at all. Good recognition from the Dutchman shortstop.
Yeah, and that's all right. Did a same thing with Keneally out there. Had short good time to be there. Polak blocked that ball very well. Transfer seemed fine, but stumbled on the throw, so just missed second base a bit to the left. Good job for Damian Keneally, Saugerties shortstop, to be there, to not let that ball roll out in center field and probably give up another base.
Absolutely, and now Polak's wanting to go have a brief conversation with Horan. Hey, like we have alluded to earlier in the broadcast, pitcher, catcher, just trying to figure each other out.
And we talk about these guys only knowing each other for a week or so. Same thing, just everybody trying to get to know each other, coaching staff as well. And we travel with the team to away games. Of course, the first game that was supposed to be against Mohawk Valley.
This 1-0 is lofted out of play. It's going to find foul ground to even the count at one apiece.
Yeah, so the Saugerties Stallions were supposed to get their season started on June 2nd against the Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs up there in Little Falls, New York. That game will be made up on June 29th for a doubleheader against the Diamond Dogs. That first pitch scheduled for 5 p.m. But we travel with the team on the bus and we hear these guys' conversation. They're still trying to get to know each other, introduce themselves, and see what everybody plays like.
1 on, 1 out. 1-1 pitch from Eldridge. He winds, kicks, and deals. And this one lofted center field. Dieter's there. Shouldn't be much of an issue. Canterbury not going to tag up, and probably a smart decision. That one was fired into third base to Sam Hill. You're absolutely right, Chris. You're seeing these guys talking, but you're talking more, and they're getting to know each other. They're getting comfortable. I mean, like, these are guys from all different parts of the country, all the way down to my neck of the woods in Babson Park, Florida, all the way to
Pepperdine, California.
Yeah, Pepperdine, yeah. And that's who we have in our host family. We have guys, a couple of my fellow Weber Warriors, and then we have a guy from Pepperdine, Jacob Grossman.
Yeah, and even with the roster here, I mean, we're still trying to get used to it and know everybody. Is that pitch outside for ball one? There's even someone here, I'm sorry, I don't know who quite yet, but that'll come with time. There's even somebody from Seattle, Washington.
Well, JT Vance, he's 1 for 1 with the single. We'd like to keep that single, all the offensive production he has, at least for now, with the speedy Canterbury in scoring position. We'll be going on contact with 2 gone now. Eldridge has this one run off of the plate. Good job by Polak, keeping it in front.
(2-0) here, and even though these guys not knowing each other long, seems like there is good chemistry already on the field early in the season.
2-0 pitch on the way, and this one fouled up out of play. No, you're absolutely right. It seems like a fun group, and they're getting me with that car alarm. Like, is that me?
Guy over there.
Yeah, but you know, these guys are having fun. They're getting to know each other. I think Colin Martin has got a fun group, a good group. We're gonna have a lot of fun this summer in beautiful Saugerties, New York. 2-1 the count. Eldridge winds, kicks, deals. This one a chopper to Sam Hill, and he will fire across the diamond and picked up out of the dirt by Hudson Brown. Another runner in scoring position stranded for the Dutchmen. Now the Stallions will go back to work with the Bats, this time with a 3-1 lead. As we welcome you back to the Ulster Savings press box. Chris, not too bad of a start, seeing 2 pitchers being able to work very well through 3 innings, and the Bats, even when we're getting out, there's been really good ABs, and we've attacked early, gotten hits, and no soft contact outs yet for the Stallions.
Yeah, and unlike last night, it seemed like everything that unfortunately came off their bat was a soft hit. Didn't get a lot of contact, but you did have to hand it to those Amsterdam pitchers. Last night, they were fantastic. But a great duel here between Saugerties and Albany at Canton Field.
Let's take you through some more of our lovely sponsors. Nicardo Insurance. They are our insurance run. We added a Nicardo insurance run at the end of the second. Hopefully we can add on some more here in the 3rd inning. Monado shoes, better athletes. Get your winning footwear today at Monado's Shoes. And our final sponsor here in the bottom of the 3rd, Mirabella's Restaurant, feeding your Stallions to another PGCBL title.
And Albany goes for the call to the bullpen here, as this is Jackson Smith for the Dutchmen, as we'll send you back out to our on-field cam right now.
A little bit of a different look, going to be a left-handed pitcher for the Dutchmen.
Due up now, first Saugerties is number 3, the shortstop tonight, Damian Keneally. Fantastic defense all the time, seems like. And now he'll go to take his second at-bat, struck out in the top of the 1st.
No information really to give you on Jackson Smith, the lefty not listed on the roster, the online roster for the Dutchmen.
And that's going to be common this year, as these guys are still trying to get all their paperwork into their team. So, including us here in Saugerties. So if there's nothing available, we do apologize. It is our job to bring you all the information that we can possibly access from the Ulster Savings broadcast booth.
Well, I'll go ahead and tell you this much about the lefty for the Dutchmen. He's coming into a tough part of the lineup. Damian Kinley, Hudson Brown, and Evan Wainman. 2, 3, 4 due up here in the 3rd inning as we look to add on some insurance runs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Damian Keneally taking the practice swings. There is a small mound visit between, seems like the pitcher and catcher here for the Dutchman, just trying to maybe talk over signs, see what his pitcher's thinking early.
Like we said, it's not just for the
Stallions.
Stallions.
Not just the Stallions.
It's everybody across the entire PGCBL. You won't really see, probably until mid to late June, where you start seeing the relationships after they've gone out and had a couple of outings together.
Yeah, and I think in last night at Amsterdam, of course, Ty Gallagher started the game, but about halfway through, Colin Martin made the change to Kyle Polak from Marist, and I think that's just so all the pitchers can get used to 2 catchers, see what they like.
Yeah, hey, you know, pitchers, catchers, they have certain relationships. They like certain catchers better for whatever reason.
1-1 here to Keneally.
And he sends this one left side, but it's going to bounce in foul ground.
And just a long strike again down the left field line.
There's a bit out in front of that one, but good contact. Once again, another barrel finder. I gotta say, after broadcasting metal bats for 2 years, it's nice to hear the crack of a wood bat. 1-2 on the way, Keneally fights this one off. We shall do it again.
And that is one thing, and it seems like that's just what is used at the college level, especially, you know, you attending Weber, myself, Penn State in the Big Ten. All colleges use metal, and I even heard some of the guys were like, oh, after last night in Amsterdam, getting back on the bus, I even overheard some of the players saying, oh, I did not miss swinging wood. They're saying it's heavier than the metal bat. They got to get adjusted to that. And maybe that's a reason for some of the wonky contact last night as well.
Heck, well, they've certainly figured it out. Already 3 runs posted here in the bottom of the third. A lefty for the Dutchmen, winds, kicks, deals to Keneally, who sends this one well into right field, but it's going to go rattle around the Dutchman bullpen.
Yeah, just hook and foul.
He's staying alive.
Just want to give a shout out there to our home plate cameraman. Doing a great job tracking the ball all over the field.
I tell you, we got a good group of interns. It's going to be a fun year, Chris.
It is.
Ourselves included. Smith winds, deals a 1-2. This one down in the dirt, the off-speed pitch to even the count at 2 apiece.
Yeah, and you mentioned the interns this season. Our boss, Rob Vanderbeek, the PA announcer here at Canton Field, decided to take a kid practically from New York City, and
as that 2-2 off-speed pitch is swung right over. That's the definition of pulling the string.
Yeah. Back to what I was saying, though. Mr. Vanderbeek over there, the PA announcer, our boss, decided to take a kid practically from New York City and another one from South Georgia to create some broadcast magic for the Saugerties Stallions.
I think you just defined it perfectly right there. It is going to be magical up until the Mets and the Braves play there.
Then there'll be some friendly banter up in here. Just watch out for the lefty. Hudson Brown now, first baseman today in the 3 hole.
Brown put a good swing on one out to right field back in the bottom of the first inning. Let's see if he can maybe send one over that Diamond Mills Hotel and Tavern sign.
Yeah, Hudson Brown on the taller side of the Stallions. I believe he comes in around 6'5". Was the DH last night in the cleanup spot, today at first.
He's getting his last action before he goes down to Lexington, Kentucky.
The check swing, but doesn't matter. That one was a strike.
I believe he may have went around. They saw the umpire point towards Brown, who now has to protect. Tell you what, seen some good off-speed stuff from Smith. Whenever you can make that changeup look like a fastball at least halfway, you try to do something similar with the slider.
Good plate discipline there from Brown, watching that one just outside.
Love to see Wainman, designated hitter tonight, going with the runner on. This one chopped over towards Colin Norton, third base coach for the Stallions, makes a clean play, got behind his square. Attaboy, Norty. So at Weber, it's usually Colin Martin, a head coach for Weber and for the Stallions over at third base. He told Norty, he said, I do enough of that at Babson Park. You're going to be at third base here this summer. Brown asks for time. He steps away, count even, 2 apiece.
Yeah, didn't like how many pitches Smith was shaking off.
Likes the first one here, 2-2 on the way. It's a fastball. Oh, heads up. Made you jump there, Chris.
Yeah, just a little bit, as I just saw the white flash come back this way. Neither of us have our gloves today. Not a smart decision.
No,
we will for the next home game.
Yeah, it's got me where we're going. It's my laptop camera. Priority 1 and 2. And here's the 2-2 pitch. Slider runs off of the plate.
And now looking at a full count.
Smith has thrown the slider twice, trying to get Mr. Hudson Brown to expand his zone. It hasn't worked. Let's see what he goes with at the full count. Change up, hit right side. Cabello gloves cleanly and flips across to Tyler Cano for the second out. 2 gone. Now bring up the cleanup hitter, Evan Wainman. He grounded out to shortstop.
Yeah, just a little ground there over to second base. Good job there from Cubeo, second baseman for the Dutchmen today.
You want to get Wayman now. You got some dangerous bats lurking. Amato and Selagianis, they both singled and came around to score the first runs.
Yeah, that's what started that big rally along with Alex Neville's getting plunked.
Whew.
Oh, a little bit of a foul ball there. Hit AJ Fasolina there.
Well, we
And
don't
they'll
want
give him time.
we don't want to tell you too much, ladies and gentlemen, but just for the young catchers playing, this is why
You can
wear
see it
your
on
coat.
our on-field camera there, and we'll let you assume for yourselves, for all of you watching, where that foul ball hit him.
Deep breaths, deep breaths.
Yeah, home plate umpire here, Bob Strempick.
Let's take you through a couple.
Gonna give him some time, but yeah, in the meantime, you do that, Reagan.
Yeah, let's go through a couple more of our sponsors. Maureen, Mayon, real estate agent. Hometown Realtors, slide your way into a new home. Main Street Restaurant, voted the best Mexican restaurant in Hudson Valley. Main Street Restaurant, write that one down. We might have to go see if that's correct.
Yeah, we do. They didn't put us in, we're not roommates. They didn't put us with the same host family, but I mean, hey, anytime you want to go out, check out one of these restaurants around Saugerties.
Well, I'll tell you another one.
Familiarize ourselves with the town.
I'll tell you another one I really want to go try right here. Lox of Bagels, stuff a bagel into your face and have a great day. I have heard some
I
great
was told
stuff.
that's a good breakfast place.
Like breakfast tomorrow?
There we go.
Hey, there we go. There we go.
Yeah.
We're making plans up here, folks. There's a baseball game. Let's do our job. 1-1 on the way. Good change up. Yeah, I thought he checked a swing. Umpire had different plans. Umpires tonight. Bob Strempick behind home plate. Stu Kornberg, your field umpire tonight. So now Wayneman has to protect. 1-2 the count, 2 gone here in the third. The lefty winds, kicks, deals. Fastball right down Broadway, got him. First strike, 3 looking down in order to go the Stallions in the third, but still protecting a 3-1 lead.
We'll bring you back in here inside the press box.
Back inside the Ulster Saving Bank where it matters press box. Chris, been impressed by our pitcher so far.
I have too, and Eldridge, number 32, is going to stay out there, but this is just my curiosity getting the better of me, of course, but I just wonder, will he be out here for the 5th?
You think most likely not. I do know a couple of pitchers that are hot, planning on pitching tonight. TJ Lopez and Seth Lovell, 2 fellow Weber guys myself. Got to see them pitch a lot. They are hot. They are expected to pitch tonight. I would not be surprised at all to, see those 2 guys come in and close it out. It'd make me happy. I know that much. I want to win. It's opening night here in Saugerties, New York. The folks deserve a win, but we got a long way to go. Just top of the 4th inning.
Well, not only do the folks deserve a win, this team deserves a win after a hard-fought battle that ended 9-1 last night up in Amsterdam. But you know what? We mentioned it on the broadcast, and a correction if you watched us last night. Down into left into right field in Rao Family Stadium over in Amsterdam, New York, it's only 280 feet.
I will say this, both home runs hit last night by the Mohawks. In fairness, we played in the same ballpark, but those are fly ball outs here.
Yeah, those are here, and I mean, you thought Yankee Stadium had a short porch, but you do have to grant it to the Mohawks, as we'll send you back out to the field right now.
Yeah, you see here, Kansas City Field is 330 down the lines, 360 to left and right center, and 390 to dead away center field.
As the top of the 4th begins with a strike. And yeah, just what I was saying, but you do have to give them credit, though. That wall out there in Amsterdam in left field.
As Nick Plew watches that 0-1 go right by him.
Did remind me of the Green Monster like in Fenway Park. Of course, not as tall, but they did need power to get over that wall. So
absolutely. 0-2 on the way, and right at the bottom of the zone, strike 3.
Yeah. And just like that,
we have to give our Beer Universe K-Man backwards K sponsor as he left, right, left, back to the dugout goes Nick Plew.
Yeah, just like that, Eldridge says, "Can I help you?" And Plouffe says, "Nah, I'm just looking," as he'll make his way right back over to the dugout.
That will bring up Austin Francis. Francis grounded out his last time. And he may repeat his G6 again if it's a good throw over from our shortstop, Kennelly, and it is. I tell you what, how about Damian Kennelly? This is what you look for in a high-end college baseball player. And when you make a mistake early on, first AB of the game, he has the fielding error. Ever since then, he's put together 3 nice putouts, and that one may have been the best of a bunch on that slow roller to the left side of the infield.
Yeah, he really has 2 quick ones. Here, oh, and that one sounds like firewood.
Third, Stella Genis, gloves, turns, fires, and putting the squeeze on it, Hudson Brown, and before you can think or blink, 1, 2, 3, down goes Albany in the top of the 4th inning.
Yeah, just an unfortunate piece of hitting there for Josh Foglia. Succumbed to the firewood at home plate as that bat broke right in half. You can see half the barrel there at home plate.
Well, we don't know if Brandon Eldridge will be going out for a 3rd inning of relief, but he sure was impressive. Chris, what impressed you here through 2 innings for Brandon Eldridge?
Well, let's bring you listeners and viewers all back inside the All-Star Savings press box. There's a little wave from Mr. Reagan Harrell. But what I saw was just excellent, excellent defense. You know, it's still early in the season. Those 2, errors in the top of the 1st, that's bound to happen, especially early in the season. You mentioned it when we were going through our little pregame conversation. A lot of these guys still need to get the rust off, and a lot of where these guys go to college, some D2, D3, and even JUCO schools, they're maybe done in beginning of May, towards the middle of it, and then you kind of have a month off until the PGCBL starts, 2 weeks to a month. So, those things are bound to happen, but they got the bats going today, and that's why Saugerties is on top by 2.
I'll tell you what I saw is he attacked the strike zone very well. He wasn't trying to flirt around, mess around the plate. Now, he wasn't just leaving hanging breaking balls by any stretch of the imagination, but he attacked, and you saw that perfectly in the top of the 4th inning. A 3-pitch strikeout with backwards K, then attacks again with the next 2 batters and gets rollovers, and we see our middle infield, what we alluded to earlier. Excellent job through now 1.5 games for the Stallions.
Well, we'll send you back out to the field here as Andrew Amato comes out for his 2nd at-bat of the game, singled in the bottom of the 2nd, which started that rally that got the Saugerties 3 runs on the board.
Jackson Smith, the lefty.
Andrew Amato here this past season in college batted a .276 batting average, 50 hits, 36 RBIs. That included 7 doubles.
He spits on that slider out of the zone for ball 1. Get us started here in the bottom of the 4th. Chris, right part of the lineup coming up here in the 4th inning.
Yep, and along those 7 doubles, 2 triples, 6 dingers.
That 1-0.
That one was close, but no cigar. It says here in the press box, we're still safe. On base percentage for Amato, .386, slugging .436, 55 games played, walked 30 times.
Wow, very impressive, very disciplined hitter. He's got the count even 1 apiece, open batting stance in the back of the left-handed box. And he watches this heater at the bottom of the zone, scrape it off for the 2nd strike, 1-2. Jackson Smith, the lefty, for Albany. Wines, kicks, deals a 1-2. And he pulled the string on that one, but as we just said, Amato, very disciplined hitter, able to lay off of that one.
Yeah, some of the most patient at-bats I've ever seen.
Yeah, he was a little too patient on that 2-2. Right at the knees. He didn't like the call, but something I'm seeing a theme of here through 1.5 games at the PGCBL. Big strike zones, but consistent strike zones. That's all you can ask for.
Especially last night too. They seem almost softball-sized strikeouts, just a little bit longer in length. And I mean, hey, Umpires, though, so long as they're consistent, I mean, you can't complain too much.
We just talked about good battles. How about Aaron Stellagenis in his first AB? Got behind early, was able to foul off, wait for his pitch, and then lofted one into right field for an opposite field base hit.
Yeah, and that was a single as well that just continued the big rally. Let's see if he can do it again here.
Here's the 0-1 on the way. This one down in the dirt.
One ball, one strike, one out, bottom of the fourth.
There is a righty warming up for the Dutchmen, who seem like they could have a very similar strategy. Go for a couple innings with their pitchers, figure out what they have. I think they may have a pretty good one in Smith.
Right here, Smith, though, that's 4 shakeoffs.
He's going to step off.
Yeah, he's going to get the time awarded.
No pitch clock here in the PGCBL.
And I have to say, for myself, that's kind of refreshing. A lot of people think I just don't like change, but I mean, as someone that goes to a lot of MLB games, that one fell back. I don't want to pay for less baseball.
Hey, you know, I'll say this, for a night game, I like it. You get out of the ballpark early, but if I want to go to a daytime baseball game, I want that to be my day. I want to be at the ballpark for 3.5, 4 hours, not worry about anything.
Exactly.
But it is what it is. Here's a 1-2 on the way from Smith. Way down, tried to back him up with the back foot slider to no avail. Count even 2 apiece.
If Stellagenis didn't do a little Michael Jackson move right there, maybe that one would have plunked him right in the tongue. That would not have felt good.
No, it would not, especially on a chilly night for the South Central Florida native. 2-2 on the way. Smith winds, kicks, deals. Fastball, Louisiana right by him. Just could not catch up to that one, did Stellagenis.
And that one got him to chase high, did Smith. Great pitch there.
I'll tell you, that's a really good sequence there for Smith. He attacked the bottom of the zone, and then with the high heat, got him to swing right underneath it. The Smith has come out of the bullpen and retired 5 straight Stallions. That will bring up Alex Nevels, who was hit by a pitch and loaded up the bases. He came around to score the 3rd run of the game for the Stallions.
And you see Kyle Pollock down here underneath our broadcast booth in the on-deck circle. Still has a little bit of catcher's gear on just in case Nevels gets out here.
Well, this is interesting. Usually with a catcher on deck, they'll have both of the shin guards on, but Pollock only is rocking with the right one. He must be super confident.
Now, you can't see it in our on-field camera, but down below the press box here is the Saugerties dugout in their on-deck circle.
2-0 pitch from Smith. Change up, fouled off.
So now 2-1 to Nevels. The extra hitter today in the Saugerties 10-man lineup. Had to get used to that for the PGCBL.
Yeah, it's a little different. 2-1 on the way. Wines kicks, deals fastball, head high, 3-1 count. Now it's Smith for the first time tonight having to be careful, falling behind in the count. I think this will be his last inning. That righty warming up. He is throwing some good heat. 3-1 on the way. Breaking ball not close. So a 2-out walk. Always a dangerous thing to have happen for a pitcher.
And so Neville's just raising that on-base percentage here early in the season. A hit by pitch and a walk now.
I'll say this, I think Eldridge for the Stallions could mess around and get a 3rd inning because that bullpen is buried.
Oh, wow. So a little different for the Saugerties Stallions if no one comes in.
Hey, with the way Eldridge has been pitching.
Why not?
I like the way this guy thinks.
Well, all right, so Kyle Pollock obviously had to take off that shin guard there for his at-bat. If you're just joining us, Saugerties Stallions lead 3-1 in the bottom of the 4th. 2 outs. I'm Chris Machado. Just finished up my junior year from Penn State. I'm here alongside Reagan Harrell, my broadcasting partner, your play-by-play man for the night from Weber International.
Yes, sir. Just finished up my junior year, heading into the senior year. About to use my good old COVID 5th year for one more year of football. I'll be the punter for my 3rd season in a row after transferring into Weber International. And we just so thankful to all of you with the Stallion Nation for welcoming us into beautiful Saugerties, New York this summer to be the voice of Stallion baseball. They count now even, 1 apiece to Polak. Polak's had some excellent plays behind home plate, tagging a potential second run out to end the first inning. The 1-1, a healthy cut, but the fastball just runs by him for the second strike. 1-2 the count.
And I know we work for the Stallions, but that pitch was gorgeous. And one of my favorite sounds in this whole world is just that baseball leather glove pop.
Absolutely. 1-2 on the way, and this one sliced out of play.
Kyle Polak, not a lot of action this past season up in Marist College, actually south of here in Poughkeepsie, New York. Only played 3 games. Batting average, however, though, of .500, and that's only with 1 hit, but that 1 hit got him 1 RBI. Not a home run, though, just in case you were wondering.
Well, we have certainly seen him show signs of being a good baseball player defensively, and he put together a good AB last night. As you alluded to earlier, he came in later in the ball game, but getting the starting nod behind home plate from the skipper, Colin Martin. And now he's worked this count even. 2-2 on the way. The lefty Smith winds, kicks, deals, and a generous strike call will say that. On the bottom part of the zone, Polak did not like it.
Yeah, Polak caught looking to end the bottom of the 4th. We'll welcome you back here inside the Ulster Savings press box.
Oh, through 4, 3-1 lead for the Stallions. Can't be too upset about that.
No, I mean, you can. Of course, they want to just score more runs and make the game fun, and here we go. You can't see it as we have you here in the press box, but now Ty Gallagher will come in and catch her, and there is a pitching change. There you go.
Well, it may just be Gallagher
warming up.
Yeah, he doesn't have
the
chest protector or anything, but we do have a new pitcher from Stone Mountain, Georgia. It's Dylan Speakman, a South Georgia College product here in beautiful Saugerties, New York. Tell you a little bit more about him right after we list off some more of our sponsors. Carsey Roll-Off Dumpsters for all your project needs. Again, that's Carsey Roll-Off Dumpsters. Jolly Cow in Lake Catherine, because everybody loves ice cream. J. Mullen & Sons Construction, Hudson Valley's trusted constructor for over 25 years.
Yep, Kyle Polak remains in that catcher position. Ty Gallagher just doing his job there to warm up, as you mentioned. So, Speakman here, going to be interesting to see. I believe sophomore in college.
Correct.
See what he's got.
Yeah, no stats available.
Yep, just apologies once again. He's at one of those schools where does not have a stats page. So as we were trying to do our roster job over the summer, months in advance, nothing available for Dylan Speakman. So along with all the viewers, this is also our first look at him. We'll send you back out now to the field camp.
Well, once again, a new arm for the Stallions, and get to see what he's got, but we're 2 for 2 so far. We've had 2 pitchers really impress me, and Brandon Eldridge and Liam Horan.
All right, so now at bat for the Albany Dutchmen is A.J. Fasolina.
Yep, it will be 9-10-1 due up for the Dutchmen.
Or 8-9-1.
8-9-1.
Albany is not using the extra hitter.
They are not using the extra hitter tonight, correct. Which is a little strange. You'd like to see
I mean, yeah, why not? Just throw an extra bat in there.
But that is not our decision. That is head coach Jordan Bernowkit.
Big hack. Good fastball there from Speakman, right by Fasolina.
Yeah, it was really good job. Painted the inside part of the plate. Even if he made contact, would have been weak. Here's the 0-1. Goes right back to it.
Woo! High heat today from the sophomore.
Yeah, Fasolina did not like that call, but the strike zone's been big and consistent. 0-2 on the way, swing and a miss. Dylan Speakman, uno, dos, tres, sits him down. Not a bad way to start your 2023 Saugerties Stallions debut.
Complete confidence there from Dylan Speakman. And one thing that kind of worried me right there with that third pitch last night in Amsterdam, the 2 home runs given up on 3 sliders and 3 curveballs. You saw 3 fastballs right there, but Speakman has his command.
He's going to go with the 4th one. This one chopped over to Kinley, who bobbles, but throws in off of the bag. Hudson Brown. Almost an incredible play from Kinley, but it just led Brown off of the bag. That big 6'4" frame, not quite enough to hold the bag.
But what an outstanding recovery play there at shortstop as Damian Keneally bobbled the initial grounder, but just caught it midair, band-handed, chucked it over to Hudson. Unfortunately, Brown came off the plate.
Well, right back to the fastball early on. That looks like that fastball may have just a little bit of cut action to it as well. We are back to the top of the lineup with Vince Venditti. He's going to look to lay down a bunt, no avail. Polak has this one go away from him. And the speedy Cabello able to slide in to second base.
A weird initial block. Looked like that ball almost was bunted down the left field line a little bit.
It was essentially a perfect bunt without the bunt. And without the sacrifice out now. Let's see what Venditti's plan is. 1-1 the count, still an opportunity to bunt and get the run 90 feet away. But instead he's going to look at a knee-high fastball for strike 2, 1-2 the count. I tell you what, if I'm the pitchers right now, I'm just going to continue to attack right outside the zone. Umpires giving it to both sides. Why not? 1-2 on the way. This one hit well left field. Amato going back to the track and over the wall. Vince Venditti. He's homered in back-to-back days for the Albany Dutchmen, and this game is tied at 3. Well,
that's not what you want to see if you're Saugerties. Going to put a little bit of a divot in the confidence of Speakman, but he's shaking off Kyle Polak, saying, I'm all right, don't come over to the mound, we'll be good. But the Albany Dutchmen tie that one with a good blast right over the left field wall.
Yeah, just hung up a breaking ball there, caught way too much of the plate, and that has been the theme for Saugerties pitching. When they have gotten hit, it's been off of hanging breaking balls that catch too much of the plate. And we're seeing it from young pitchers where, hey, you can get away with that at high school. You can absolutely get away. Now, of course, you may get punished every now and then. When you start playing in an elite summer league like the Perfect Game College Baseball League and the colleges where they really got to start pitching well at, they're going to get punished. But it does seem like we can bounce back. Still a tie ball game.
You're here with Donovan Canterbury up for Albany. Their shortstop tonight.
And this one will be lofted into left field, and it'll find a patch of grass in front of Amato. So now the go-ahead run from the Dutchman will be on the base paths. And a very dangerous hitter in Tyler Cano. Digging in.
Yeah, Tyler Cano now at the plate for Albany. As you hear our PA announcer there, Rob Vanderbeek, announce that Tyler Cano, the first baseman for Albany, is tonight's K-man. Speakman can strike him out here. Some beverages will have a discount for about an inning or two.
May have to go down there and get me one of those beverages. But I'll tell you what, the only thing I'd like more is something just like this, but unfortunately not exactly. I was looking for a 6-4-3 double play, but that one just out of the reach of Damian. So now runners first and second, 1 out. I'll bring up Nick Blue.
Yep. No, excuse us. That will be JT Vance now.
My apologies. JT Vance digging in.
Grounded out to third base in his last at-bat in the top of third.
We would love another rollover to the left side of this stout Stallion defense again. And a good fastball down the knees for strike one. Canal, the first baseman, or excuse me, the runner at first base. Canterbury, the speedy runner, bouncing around second base. Good off-speed pitch in there for strike two. Vance leaving the bat on his shoulder.
Speakman now finding that command again quickly, 0-2 to Vance.
Don't want to catch too much of the plate again here. 0-2. This one lofted, but should not be a problem for Aaron at all, and it isn't. Stelligenis puts the squeeze on it, or the lazy pop-up. So now 2 on, 2 out, and now it will be Plew digging in the right-hand batter's box.
And Nick Plew caught looking in the top of the fourth.
Tale of 2 very different at-bats for Plew. Had a hard-hit single in his first AB. He struck out looking, as you just said. And he's going to watch this fastball shave off the inside part of the plate. 0-1 count. Go ahead run in scoring position for the Dutchmen. 0-1 popped up. Stelligenis calls everyone off and puts the squeeze on it for the third out. The Dutchmen tie it up on a 2-run Vince Venditti home run. We are tied at 3. Hey, now we get to see the Stallions get back to work as we welcome you back in to the Ulster Savings press box. Well, we're going to find out what the Stallions are made of tonight, Chris.
We really are, as this one's all tied up. And, I mean, you could practically say it's just 0-0 again when a whole game is tied.
Hey, right at the halfway point, too.
Exactly. So, new game here for the Dutchmen and the Stallions.
And let's tell you just a little bit more about some of our new sponsors, some of our old sponsors coming into the 2023 season. Homestead Funding, providing customers with a superior mortgage experience. Hell's Mortel Insurance, agents you can count on. And ET Sports Performance, learn, compete, and excel. Well, Chris, looks like we have a third pitcher of the night for the Albany Dutchmen.
Yeah, looks like it is Shaw here. We'll have to deal with Dieter, Hill, and Conrad. So 9, 10, and 1 for the Saugerties Stallions.
It is Greg Shaw, the freshman righty from Manhattan College. Before that, he went to Cornwall Central his senior year. A two-way player. He actually batted .422. And get this, on the mound his senior year at Cornwall Central, he went 6-0 with an ERA of .90. Not too shabby.
Well, Manhattan College, not too far from where I live.
How about that arm slot, too? He's not quite a submarine pitcher, but he has got a funky arm slide here on the outside.
Let's send you back out to the field cam so you can see it for yourself.
Yeah, you can definitely tell. It's not sidearm, but he's got that almost sidewinder motion. You know, I remember talking to some hitters down in Babson Park and even some around the Sun Conference. And they say just a pitcher having that different arm slot, maybe they're not a full-on submarine, but it's very different. You're getting so used to seeing pitchers come up over top. How we've seen, well, the other 5 pitchers that we've seen tonight on both sides, but it seems like Mr. Greg Shaw has found something a little different. He's got a little extra pop on that fastball.
All right, so here's Evan Dieter, the center fielder tonight from St. Bonaventure.
You know, the mark of a really good lineup to me, Chris, is when you can have your, well, in this case, your 8, 9, 10 hitters, the bottom of your lineup, when they're able to get on base and provide RBI opportunities to the top half of your lineup. That's what I love to see, and we're going to get to see if the Stallions can get to do that against some new blood out on the mound. And hey, I don't know about you, I am just fine seeing Mr. Smith head back into the dugout.
Yeah, he was pitching great for the Albany Dutchmen. Well, Evan Dieter, second at bat of the game, top of the second, hard single, part of the ending, towards the end of that 3-run rally. Looks at a ball just outside.
Yeah, breaking ball just ran off of the plate there. Looked like a slider that slid to Much. 1-0 on the way to Dieter. Fastball shaves off the inside part of the plate to even the count up.
Some information for you folks on Evan Dieter. 34 games played, batted at .288 this past season at St. Bonaventure.
That slider way down in the dirt for ball 2. 23
hits, 14 RBIs. 4 of those 23 hits were singles. One was a dinger, walked 8 times, on base percentage 366, and a slugging of 375.
2-1 fouled off of the hands of Dieter up into the grandstands to even the count 2 apiece. It has turned into just a beautiful night here in upstate New York. 2-2 pitch on the way. Runs off of the plate to run the count full.
Fantastic eye there from Dieter. Great patience to not chase outside.
Folks, be sure to follow Saugerties Stallions on Instagram and Twitter. Here's the payoff pitch. Liner right at the first baseman for the Dutchman. Tyler Cannell puts the squeeze on it. Again, I have not seen a soft contact out yet for the Stallions, Chris.
Yeah, unlike last night, they're probably used to these wood bats by now. And that's just going to translate to good pieces of hitting. Unfortunately, that one just a straight liner over to Cano, Tyler Cano of the Dutchmen. And this is Sam Hill at bat. Hit that sacrifice fly in the top of the second during his first at bat. This is his second. Takes ball 1. And takes strike 1. So now 1 apiece.
I'll tell you that. Big strike zone, big strike zone, but count even 1 apiece, 1 gone here in the bottom of the 5th. And this one way down in the dirt, down at the shoelaces of Mr. Sam Hill. Another player who had some really good approaches last night against the Mohawks. He's ahead in the count, 2-1. He's gonna pop this one, lift it over the Dutchman dugout.
Once again, you hear that car sound effect if our mics aren't picking that up. And you see over there in the away fan section, some of the kids sitting over there ran away, maybe thought that ball was coming a lot closer than it did.
2-2 on the way to our number 2. Fastball, good eye off of the plate. And now the count is run full. Again, good ABs, good battles for the Stallions. Payoff from Shaw on the way. Wines kicks, deals, lined up the middle, base hit.
And you talk about that hard contact. What a great piece of hitting from Sam Hill to work himself all the way to a full count.
You know, we just talked about that's what you want to see from the bottom of your lineup. Now, did Evan Dieter get on base? No, but he hit an absolute screamer to first base, and this one up the middle. You love it from your 9-10 hitters. Now let's see if the top of the lineup can do their job and bring Mr. Hill back home and give the Stallions the lead back after they lost it in the top of the 5th. This one well hit, and the diving stop from Canterbury to no avail. He did a good job just getting a piece of it. That would have possibly been a Sports Center top 10 play if he would have put the squeeze on that one. But now 3 hard hit balls and 2 of them singles, and now the dangerous bats digging in for the Stallions.
Yeah, Ethan Conrad there, Saugerties native himself. We mentioned that earlier to start the game. Also attends Marist College like the catcher Kyle Pollack. Getting a good piece of hit in there. So now 2 runners aboard for the Stallions. And hey, maybe another rally with only 1 out.
Absolutely. It's Damian Keneally unable to check his swing as Shaw is able to pull the string on that one. Here, a 3-3 ball game. Our number 3, Keneally. He's had a good game defensively after the error in the first. And he watches this one. And he spits on it. It runs off of the plate to even the count at 1 apiece. Keneally, a slightly open batting stance, hugs over the inside part of the plate, just daring a pitcher to try to shave one off.
And back-to-back outside pitches. Almost seemed like same pitch, same location. Both of them didn't get Keneally to chase. And you're not going to get him to chase. Great plate discipline.
Well, Keneally, he stands close in that batter's box, and you may wonder, well, why don't pitchers try to attack a little bit more? Here's 2-1, chopper left side. Canterbury goes to third for the out. Excellent job there from Donovan Canterbury. He only had one play, and that was to third.
Yeah, so Keneally gets the single, but Sam Hill out at third by the fielder's choice. Force out. So once again, just a runner on. It's Conrad at second. Keneally over at first, and here's the big 6'5" frame of Hudson Brown, hoping to clean this one up. It's going to ask for time.
Yeah, righty-lefty matchup. A speedy runner in Hill on, or excuse me,
just
on
watch out.
Conrad on second base. First pitch popped up left side. Nick Plew giving chase, but it'll get out of play. And a nice barehanded play made by a fan as it bounced up off of the grass.
Yeah, so essentially a new life is that one could have been caught in foul territory. Went over to the fans, so all one count.
This is where I want to see Hudson Brown have a good approach here. Do not need him to leave the yard. Don't get me wrong, I won't turn
Wouldn't be bad if he did, though.
No, but speedy runner on second base here in the bottom of the fifth. Let's get the lead back, and that could not be it right there. Donovan Canterbury positioned well, but the Stallions may leave two ducks on the pond, Chris, but some very well-struck balls here in the fifth inning. And I'm just got to say, as we will be welcoming you back to the Ulster Savings press box, I have been impressed with our approach, how we've hit the ball. We've not allowed cheap outs, and heck, we've scored more runs than last night. That's always a plus.
I mean, of course, it always is a plus. Bring up some team morale here, and I know I said this the inning before, but now Ty Gallagher comes out in full catcher's gear, so maybe Polak's night is done.
This was around the time that we saw Polak come in for Gallagher last night, so it would make sense, as we do have a new pitcher.
Yeah, no longer Speakman. This is going to be number 38, Sean Shipley. And once again, unfortunately, one of those players where stats are not available. I don't know, Reagan, if you were able to find any background bio information, but in regards to baseball stats, attends one of those schools that does not have a stats page available on their website.
He's a freshman down at South Florida, not a lot of high school information about him.
Well, not only that, but just for everybody listening, this is not South Florida as in USF Bulls.
No.
If it was, we would definitely have information for you. This is South Florida State.
Correct.
I believe it's JUCO. It is?
Yeah, it's junior college, I believe down at Avon Park, Florida. We have a picture from there. Blaine Huter, one of our good friends down in Babson Park, but he just led the Sun Conference in ERA with a 2.9 ERA, and the heavy bats are in the Sun Conference. That's nothing to sneeze at. So South Florida College State certainly developed some good arms, and let's see what we have from Mr. Shipley.
All right, so we'll send you back out here on to our on-field camera right behind home plate. Just give us one moment. There we go. And yeah, so Sean Shipley there, S-H-A-U-N, very cool spelling of the way Sean. And comes in now, top of the sixth inning.
He's got a good fastball. It's one of the more lively fastballs we've seen tonight.
And the first bat for Albany that he's gonna face, I believe, is Austin Francis.
Didn't hear a pinch hitter announced, so that sounds right.
Yeah. This is number 35 for Albany. It might be a pinch hitter, excuse me, because I do not recall seeing a number 35. This is Corson Hastings for the Albany Dutchmen, pinch hitting here.
Corson Hastings, Trinity University product, throws right but bats left. A finance major, And he's going to calculate a strike on the outside part of the plate to even the count at 1 apiece.
So, just want to make sure I'm correct in my notes. Is he pinch hitting for Nick Plue or Austin Francis? I believe it's Austin Francis.
This one is chopped over to Selaginis, who will toss over, and whoever he's pinch hitting for is to no avail. A 3-pitch ground out to get us started here in the top of the 6th. Tell you what, we got a good one here for the home opener.
Really do. Good crowd here tonight. 3-3 ball game, top of the 6th. 1 out if you're just joining us.
First pitch in, steer right 1 from Sean Shipley. Locating pitch as well. Oh, 1, the righty winds, kicks, and deals, and popped up. This one should get out of play, and it will. Josh Fagila digging in. Foglia, my apologies. Josh Foglia, Hudson Valley Community College product.
Just watch out for, once again, a lefty. Got to be careful up here in the press box. 0-2 count, 1 out, top of the 6th.
The 0-2, this one popped up out of play. It's still Shipley's at bat to win. He shakes off 1. Now comes set. The 0-2. The righty winds, kicks, deals. Fastball just misses a bit high and outside for ball 1.
Yeah, 1-2. Excuse me. Yep, 1-2 the count here for Josh Foglia. Hastings
Shipley
taking over.
again. The 1-2. A good job by Foglia. It's a good battle here. That's 2 pitches, not easy to spin on at all, especially down 0-2 and then 1-2, but the count now even 2 apiece. Shipley still battling. The big righty winds, kicks, deals, fastball top of the zone, just above the belt. He's attacking the outside part of the zone well. He's just not catching it over the plate. Now from 0-2 to a full count. Shipley, the payoff pitch is downstairs. So after getting ahead 0-2, 4 straight balls for a 1-out walk. And the Dutchmen have the go-ahead run on first base.
Well, now batting is going to be A.J. Fasolina. That's the Dutchman's catcher. If you're just joining us late into this one, or about halfway through, it's the top of the 6th inning. And I just noticed that our scoreboard still says bottom of the 5th, so we'll get that taken care of for you.
That one got away from Gallagher. That's going to be a pass ball. Just unable to put the squeeze on that one. That's been a little bit of an issue we've seen with Ty Gallagher. Ty Gallagher.
No,
my apologies. Just couldn't speak there for a second. I'm important as a broadcaster to be able to do that. But Gallagher has allowed a couple of balls just to get out of the glove as we now have a pinch runner. It's Mike Talavera.
Oh, and there's going to be a pinch runner.
That's Mike Talavera. You got to assume he's got excellent speed as he represents the go-ahead run 180 feet away with 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Sean Shipley has got his work cut out for him now. He's thrown 5 straight balls. The righty winds, kicks, deals, and there's a good fastball at the knees to even the count at 1 apiece. Chilly night here in upstate New York for some perfect game college baseball league action. 1 on, 1 out. The 1-1 pitch from Shipley is hit well out to right field, but it's going to hang up enough for Conrad. Talavera will advance to third. He slides off of the bag, was able to put his foot back down before Hill puts the tag on it, but now another high pressure at bat coming up. Sean Shipley.
And good job out there by Ethan Conrad out there in right field, making a nice routine play. Good arm, almost on time.
Now Mario Cabello digging in, the second baseman tonight for the Dutchman, has a chance to put his team up here in the 6th inning. He popped up to to the catcher, and he's got a single. We would like the prior result much more than the latter. Good job by Shipley getting ahead in the count, 0-1.
Positioning himself deep as far as he can in that batter's box right on top of the plate.
And another fastball at the knees, 0-2 count.
Seen a few of the Dutchmen position themselves that way in the batter's box tonight.
I've noticed that as well. Now, this is big on Gallagher. If Shipley wants to go with the breaking ball in the dirt, try to get a chase, Gallagher's got to keep everything in front of him. Doesn't matter, swing and a miss. Louisiana right by you, baby. Shipley strands the runner at third base to keep this game tied as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning.
We'll welcome you back inside the Ulster Savings Press Box here with myself, Chris Machado. If you're just joining us, I'm a junior at Penn State University. Reagan Harrell here enjoying a bit of the YMCA up here, a New York tradition. Kid from South Georgia over here.
Oh, we've got YMCA's in South Georgia.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're talking MLB, YMCA is a Yankees 7th inning stretch tradition. Playing now in the 6th inning stretch. Get that scoreboard fixed up for you to say bottom of the 6th in one moment.
Well, let's take you through just a couple more of our sponsors here as we wait for the Stallions to go to bat in the bottom of the 6th inning. Homestead Funding, providing customers with superior mortgage experience. Dallas Hot Wieners are your bullpen sponsor for the 2023 season. Bring the hot sauce out of the bullpen. We've had a few Dallas hot sauce. We've had a few of those already tonight.
As Reagan here is saying a few of our sponsors, you saw our cameraman there turning around our home plate camera right into the press box. A couple of the other interns along with Rob Vanderbeek, our PA announcer, doing the YMCA. I also did it, you weren't paying attention right next to you. It's all right. I'm send you back out to the field.
Oh, man.
Here is Wainman. I believe that is Evan Wainman, our DH tonight. Played first last night against the Mohawks, but in the cleanup spot here to start the bottom of the 6th inning. Of course, first batter, nothing to clean up, but hey, if he's got power, let's use it here.
At the very least, let's get on. We want to see our 4, 5, 6 pick it up here for the Stallions. All three of them struck out their last time at the plate, but Amato and Seligenis each have singles through their names. Let's have Wainman get on and have the hot part of the lineup tonight get the Stallions the lead back. He's able to spit on this one off of the plate to even the count, 1 apiece. 1-1 pitch on the way, good cut.
Very patient at bat here.
And it is still Greg Shaw out on the mound for the Dutchman. He's getting his 2nd inning of relief. 1-2 from Shaw. Good job to stay alive on that one. Just able to catch a stitch to stay alive.
And spooked a couple of the fans sitting in the VIP section right behind home plate. A few of them jumped, but that's all right. That's what the netting is for.
Got to protect here. 1-2 the count. Wainman awaits. And a good eye as that one ran off the plate. I don't know about you, Chris, but if that's me, I'm swinging out of my shoes at that one.
Yeah, it looked good, right dead center, but blew behind the plate, just saying right outside.
2-2, that fastball at the bottom of the zone, he's unable to lay off of for the first out here in the 6th inning.
So Evan Wainman goes down with a big hack. Seen a lot of the Saugerties players doing that now. But now at bat is Andrew Amato, caught looking in the top of the 4th.
Amato came around to score the first run here at Canteen Field of the 2023 campaign. And he hits this one well to right center field. Back to the track and putting the squeeze on it for the Dutchman is Venditti. Man, what a drive put into that one.
I think a couple of the guys up here in the booth thought maybe that one had a chance to leave the yard, and it looked it there for quite a second, but you know what, that high up the wind seemed like it kind of killed it, and that one only warning track power there in dead center.
Yeah, if you're able to see that beautiful American flag in right center field, it is fluttering pretty good. That's a big flag.
Now, we got here to the ballpark early. We got here around 3:30-ish, maybe 3:45, and around then the wind was blowing out to left, but then it was coming in from right, but now in right there from dead center.
There's a chopper over towards the third base coach, Norton. Now, Aaron Stellagenis, got to protect. 0-2 the count to 2-0. Shaw is impressed out of the bullpen so far, and he's going to continue that with a very nasty slider. He makes quick work of the middle of the Stallions lineup. We're through 6 and we're tied at 3 apiece. Well, the folks are getting their money's worth here tonight, Chris. This is a good one.
It is a very good game, and we're going to welcome you back inside the Ulster Savings Press Box here at beautiful Canton Memorial Field in upstate New York, Saugerties.
Looks like we're going to have a new pitcher coming in for the Stallions.
We'll figure out who that is for you in a quick moment. It's going to be number 52. That's going to be Seth Lovell.
Ooh, that's my boy now.
So there you go.
That is actually my roommate down at Weber International, Seth Lovell.
Hey, there you go.
I certainly have plenty to tell you about Mr.
Well,
Seth.
Yep. So Seth Lovell, sorry there for some communication. You saw that in the camera. Hey, how you doing? But,
oh, yeah, how's it going?
But Seth Lovell here from Weber International, same as Reagan, a man right here. Well, I'll let you talk all about him, but let me give you his stat line down there in Weber International. 5.1 innings pitched, gave up 6 runs. All of those were earned runs. Gave up 8 walks, struck out 4. Did not give up a long ball. Only 4 appearances, however, so his season and career ERA both stand at a 10.13. But as you know, that's not really what he's got. He's better than that.
That's not at all. You know, why Seth is here is it's another reason of why Summer League Baseball is so great. So Seth was an excellent pitcher for Bethune-Cookman. He had great outings against Miami and Boston College before he ended up transferring to Weber, or transferred to junior college, South Florida, and then ended up at Weber International. Unfortunately, he was scheduled in 2022. He was going to be the #1 starter, right up there with Xavier Rodriguez. We saw what X had last night.
We did, excellent stuff.
Unfortunately, against Polk State in the final scrimmage game, Seth Lovell tore his UCL, missed the entire 2022 and the majority of the 2023 season. However, he is here in Saugerties, New York, to be with Rich Newby to figure out some of the stuff that he had before the Tommy John surgery, and we're going to get to see what he has tonight. And it's a fastball, top of the zone. Like you said, top of the order, Beniti, Canterbury, and Canal. So tough batters, tough test.
But you get to see what Lovell's really got. Quickly 0-2.
He's got a good fastball. He's able to locate it well. He's going to work fast. His most dangerous pitch, and I'm willing to bet you're about to see it right here, is the slider. Let's see if he goes to it on the 0-2. He does, and it's ripped foul. Not quite the movement he was looking for on it. You're going to see the sinker a good bit from him. Could see that on the 0-2. That may have been what that pitch was. Didn't have quite the break of a slider. The 0-2 on the way from Seth Lovell popped up out of play.
And that one way out of here, but the wrong way. That one went backwards.
It is Seth's AB. He's ahead 0-2 against Venditti, who had the game-tying 2-run shot, and he's battling well here against Seth.
There's a car driving back there. Be careful. And that was just a sound effect, folks. Don't worry. That's just a sound effect from our audio guys up here in the booth.
Here we go. Seth Lovell shakes off a couple from Gallagher. Now deals the 0-2. Popped up. Gallagher going to give chase, but he'll run out of real estate as that one hits up on top of the grandstands.
So, as it gets set for the next pitch, Vince Venditti in his last at-bat in the top of the fifth hit that 2-run long ball.
On the way. Level slider, swing and a miss. He got him. There's that patented 0-2 slider that I've come accustomed to seeing from Mr. Seth Lovell.
And I know you were happy to see that, especially him striking out the top guy here for the Albany Dutchmen, and especially the guy who hit that 2-run long shot in the top of fifth.
Not out of the woods at all yet. Donovan Canterbury having a good game himself, but walking a single to his name so far. He rocks back and awaits. 0-1, looked like either a changeup or a single, all speed, catches the bottom part of the zone. 0-1 on the way. Lovell, way out in front of that slider, just able to get a piece of it.
And watch out, Dutchman, as you got no protective border over there by your dugout, so that one just sailing right over.
You know what I love to see from a pitcher coming out of the bullpen, throwing strikes, now back-to-back batter, Seth getting ahead 0-2. And he goes back to that slider, but a good job. Canterbury spits on it.
Yeah, try to get Canterbury to chase, but not happening.
Let's see if he goes to the sinker, tries to get him to swing over top of it. Long look in at Gallagher. Likes the first sign. He did go just something like that and chopped off 1-2 the count.
Canterbury kind of looks like he fouled that one off of his leg, but did a quick lap around the batter's box. Seems okay. Gets right back into it.
Lovell working fast. The Stallions righty shakes off one. Likes the second sign from Gallagher. Winds, kicks, deals, slider down in the dirt, spiked up. And the count even now at 2 apiece. We've seen Lovell throw 2 sliders down in the dirt. See if he answers back with one here. Instead, he opts to go, actually, yeah, that's the slider again. This one he just straightens out just a little bit more. And that's what makes Seth Lovell so dangerous. He has 2 kind of similar, or 2 different sliders. One that moves a little bit more like a curveball, has that dipping action to it, and the one that you've seen has that sweeping action. It's the same pitch, just slightly different action on it, and it looks the same out of the hand, and that's what makes him such a dangerous pitcher, and that's why he's got 2 strikeouts so far here in the top of the 7th.
Well, you mentioned those 2 pitches, which are very similar, and wow, what a fastball right down Broadway to get Cano swinging. But up in the majors now, we're seeing the sweeper pitch be called the sweeper, and not just a slider now. So, I mean, hey, maybe that's what he's got it.
That's more what I would call it. I would call that more of a sweeper, and then the breaking ball, however you want to call it, is that 0-1, again the fastball.
And Seth Lovell here is 1 strike away from getting out tonight. Saugerties K-Man giving the fans here in the stands half off.
Baby. Come on, baby.
Some
Do
beverages.
it for the boys. Do it for the boys.
Reagan's getting hype.
0-2.
Got it!
Seth Lovell strikes out the stride and struts off of the field. Attaboy, baby. Yes, sir. He got the K-Man. Attaboy, Seth.
And if you're listening here in Canton Field, get yourself over to the concession stand. You got beer that's about half off now for the next inning and a half.
Well, how about that from Seth Lovell? That's we talk about what are you looking for with these pitchers. You want guys that you can trust. And hey, striking out, get 1, 2, 3, back to back to back. And you look at the ABs prior. Vince Venditti, he hit the 2-run home run. Canterbury, the AB before, had a big single and a walk before that. Tyler Cano, he was 2 for 3 before that at bat. Not anymore. And that's huge momentum as we enter the 7th inning stretch up here in the Ulster Savings Bank where you matter. Press box.
Well, excellent stuff there from level 3 up, 3 down, as we will play God Bless America and step away.
Back here at beautiful Canteen Field in Saugerties, New York. Chris, we've got a good one. It's 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Albany Dutchmen. 3 runs, 6 hits, 3 errors for the Saugerties Stallions as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning.
And as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning, still a whole brand new ball game for either side.
It looks like we do have a
Do we?
pitcher.
Yes, we do. Evan Hamill for the Albany Dutchmen. New on the mound for the bottom of the 7th inning. If you're just joining us, 3-3 ball game here in Saugerties, New York at Canteen Field between the Albany Dutchmen and your Saugerties Stallions. I'm Chris Machado. I attend Penn State University alongside Reagan Harrell from Weber International. We're both your play-by-play guys for the summer 2023 PGCBL season. And we're looking forward to bringing you all the action.
And folks, get used to that Weber International University here, and that is where Seth Lovell attends, who just struck out the side in the top of the 7th. Is where Xavier Rodriguez, who was the starter last night for the Warriors, who pitched 2 excellent innings. And we have one more Weber Warrior who we will likely see out with the bullpen tonight, and TJ Lopez.
Well, I got to ask you, as we head to the last 2 innings after this bottom of the 7th, is TJ Lopez normally a closer out there in
No,
Weber?
so he was more of our 7th or 8th inning guy. We
Okay.
had Dawson Young, who is actually just signed to the Frontier League. I forget the name of the team. That's on me, but it's a team up here in upstate New York, but he's in the Frontier League. Dawson Young was actually our closer. He was going to be the 4th Weber Warrior joining us in Saugerties before he signed that contract.
Well, as number 9 Alex Nevels walked in his last at-bat, technically
He's perfect.
plunked. Yeah, technically he's perfect. Plunked in the 2nd inning, walked in the 4th. See what he's got here in the bottom of the 7th. This is a quick pitcher-catcher discussion going on the mound. Alex Nevels awaits his at-bat. But, hey, also for Weber International, head coach of the Saugerties Stallions, Colin Martin.
Yes, sir.
Also down there, head coach for Weber International. Maybe takes TJ here and he's like, hey, I'm going to ask you for the last 6 outs.
Well, I gotta admit, the way Seth Lovell has just pitched, wouldn't be surprised if I'll see Seth go out there for a 2nd inning work.
Yeah, and I wouldn't put it against them either. Excellent stuff. And I have to ask a genuine question. Was there even a ball in that last inning?
Yeah, he had a couple of sliders.
Okay.
He
It didn't feel like it, though.
It sure didn't. No, he had a couple of sliders run off of the plate, but they were good setup pitches.
Oh, here we go. First pitch of the at-bat to Nevels.
He awaits the first pitch.
Very
Fastball way upstairs.
Nevels, the extra hitter today for Saugerties.
For those keeping track in the scorebook, Ty Gallagher is in the on-deck circle.
Yeah, so he's going to replace Kyle Polak, as he did at the catcher position. That ball high.
Neville said, hey, I've already reached twice, not having to swing the bat. Youngster, I'm not afraid to do it again. 2-0 on the way from Ambles. And for the third pitch in a row, a fastball way upstairs.
And does he have the green light here? We'll find out. But 3 pitches, all fastballs high up in the zone, out of the zone.
He doesn't need it. So Neville's perfect night without the bat leaving his shoulder continues. 0 for 0, but he's reached first base every time.
Yep. So
He
walked for the 2nd time.
He represents the potential game-winning run. We have reached the later stage here in the bottom of the 7th, a 3-3 ball game. Ty Gallagher.
Also, Ty Gallagher, Saugerties native. So there we go.
We'll see if he can be the hero here on opening night in Saugerties, but
And
first,
5 balls in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's going to cause a mound visit there. All 5 seem to be, all pitches were fastballs, all the exact same location, 5 balls in a row. The catcher for the Dutchman, Fasolina, going to go out there to talk to his young pitcher.
Hamels Hamels, another guy not a lot of info on. Looks like he's one of those soon-to-be college freshmen.
And that's a lot of the guys this year on both these squads here for the Dutchmen and Stallions.
Oh,
Gallagher didn't like that call.
whatever Fasolino said, it certainly worked. Finally a pitch over the plate, but 1-1 the count. Gallagher awaits, and he looks at another fastball, catching a good bit of the plate for strike 2. It'd be interesting to see what the plan is with Nevels over at first base. Here with 2 strikes. Let's see if he gets the go sign. He does not. 1-2. Good eye from Gallagher. Not an easy one to spit on. Now Hamels has got to be careful. 2-2. Big cut, but unable to connect. He tried to send that one into the upstate New York sky, but instead he will head back to the dugout, and it will be 1 on, 1 out for our number 1, Evan Dieter.
Yeah, Ty Gallagher mad at himself for that one. If you saw it in the camera, tough on himself walking back to the dugout, but it's all right. Shake it off, come back out.
And runner's going to go. He's going to get an excellent jump. Does Nevels, and he's in there safely as that would bounce up from Fasolino, but a frozen rope would not have gotten Nevels. So he does take off. Pitch was a strike, but the go-ahead run now in scoring position, and that is some excellent, not necessarily speed, but just
that was a fantastic jump from Nevels.
Yeah.
Knew that there was a young pitcher on the mound, probably not going to be ready or expecting Nevels to steal there.
Now, Evan Dieter with a chance to drive one in, and we're going to have a second mound visit.
Yeah, really got to calm down this young pitcher here for the Dutchmen. Is Fasolino their catcher, but during this quick mound visit, already over with, Dieter, in his last at-bat, lined out to Kanoa over at first. Obviously not wanting to repeat that outcome with a runner in scoring position and only 1 out and late in the game in the bottom of the 7th.
Evan Dieter had an excellent freshman year from Harris, who batted .288 with 14 RBIs. 0-1 on the pitch to Evan. Fastball way upstairs. Fasolino unable to put the squeeze on it, but shuffles over in time to keep Nevels at second. Alex Nevels at second. 1-1 count to number 1. Evan Dieter awaits. The righty winds and deals, and a healthy cut, but this one will be side spun out into the parking lot behind the Dutchman dugout.
And you know what? I got to kind of hand it to our audio guys here at Canton Field.
The Homer
a lot of sound effects. Maybe finally getting under the skin of the Dutchman here throwing off this young pitcher.
1-2. That one down in the dirt. Got away from Fasolino. He can't find it. It'll be a strikeout, but it won't be a productive one. For the Dutchman, that is. That's the best kind of strikeout. That one got away from Fasolino. A heater spiked down low, and now runners will be at the corners for Sam Hill.
And honestly, I think in person, that's my first time seeing a guy reach first on the drop third strike rule.
Really?
I think so.
Well, first time for everything.
My first time in person, that is.
Hopefully we can see Sam Hill get his first big base knock as a Saugerties Stallion.
Yep, Sam Hill, last at-bat, hit a single. I mean, if he can do that again, that'll get Nevels in over at third.
Just need him to lift one up. There's a good fastball belt high inside part of the plate.
Oh yeah, we didn't happen to mention on that drop third strike, Nevels did advance from second to third. So now runners on the corners for the Stallions.
1 on, 1 out. Runners at the corners. It was a 1-1 count, now a 1-2 count.
Yeah, big hack there from Sam Hill.
5'9", 185-pound sophomore from North Brookfield, Massachusetts. Got to protect with a 1-2 count. Runner goes. Pitch is a ball, and no throw down as Dieter scampers into second base. Now one to the outfield could not only get the Stallions the lead, it could provide an insurance run.
Yeah, and you know what? Great base path awareness there from the Stallions. That deletes the chance of a double play.
Infield comes all the way in for the Dutchmen. 2-2 pitch, doesn't matter. Swing and a miss on some high cheddar cheese for the second out. And now, Chris, the biggest at-bat of the game so far.
Yeah, it's going to seem like it, and it's going to be Ethan Conrad with the top of the order. 2 runners on, but 2 outs. Got to be careful. But, I mean, hey, if you can just find a hole in the infield, get this ball to roll in deep, hopefully down in the outfield, I mean, hey, it could be a base-clearing signal.
Conrad's had a good night, 2 for 3, and they're not even going to mess with
walk. Wow, so the first intentional walk of the season for the Stallions, and the home crowd here is not a fan as they wanted to see that at bat.
They're the Boo Birds. They did not want to see the righty-lefty matchup, but bold moves. Now you have a very experienced hitter, Damian Keneally, digging in with the bases loaded.
Juiced. They are
Make them
juiced
pay for
him.
it, Damian. His defense has been exceptional tonight. This one down in the dirt.
And Damian Keneally here with the chance. Don't want to put a broadcaster's jinx on it, so I'm not going to say what could happen, but the base is juiced for him.
Damian Keneally, the Polk State college product, 6'2", 210 freshman, had a really good freshman year. Pasadena, Maryland native. Bases juiced. 1-0, swing and a miss. That's a good fastball at the top part of the zone. Set the stage, it's Neville's at first base. Conrad at second. Conrad at first. Here's a chopper, right side. Conrad at first. Neville's at second. At third. And Dieter
at
second. Dieter at second. So Conrad, Dieter, Neville's from first to third. Damian Keneally awaits the 1-2. Up the middle, gets through. Neville's comes home to score. Rounding and scoring is Dieter. He touches home. And Mr. Damian Keneally makes the Dutchman pay for the intentional walk of Ethan Conrad. And now runners at the corners. And it's a 5-3 Stallion lead, baby.
What a big at-bat from Damian Keneally. And you know now Albany is kicking themselves in the rear for intentionally walking Conrad.
Part of that reason may have been they wanted to avoid the lefty-righty matchup, but they're still going to have to get that one. Now Hudson Brown looking to provide insurance, and he will just not quite be able to do that one, as that one is controlled by Canterbury. But Chris, the damage has done, and the Stallions have the lead they're looking for entering the 8th inning.
Yeah, they do, and we'll welcome you back here inside the Ulster Savings broadcast booth alongside Reagan Harold, myself, Chris Machado.
I tell you, Chris, how about that 7th inning, Justin Gerald? Let's go back to the top of the 5th inning. The big 2-run shot from the Dutchman, as it does look like we have a pitching change. We'll get you more information on that here in a second. But let's set the stage. It's 3-1 in the 5th. Dutchmen tie the game at 3 apiece. 6 innings stalemate, 0-0. We get into the 7th inning. Dutchman, top of the lineup, that has produced very well. Seth Lovell comes in, slams the door shut, and we see some great small ball action from the Stallions doing what they need to do to get the lead, and now it's up to the bullpen to shut it down and get us the win here at beautiful Cantine Field in Saugerties, New York.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a good one. We'll send you back out to the field right now on our home plate camera. If you're just joining us, top of the 8th, Saugerties on top by 2, scores 5-3, 7 hits, 3 errors for the Stallions. And 3 runs for Albany, 5 hits, 0 errors.
You know, what you want out of the bullpen right now is experience, and that's what we're getting with Bryce Reamer, the 6'3", 235-pound senior lefty from Bucknell.
Hang on, what school did you just say he was from, real quick?
Bucknell.
Bucknell? Oh man, I'm gonna love your accent. That one's Bucknell in Pennsylvania. Obviously myself attending Penn State, so Bucknell just about an hour and a half east of Penn State. I love it, man. But that's all right. Yeah, the Bucknell Bison. Yep. Bison. They play in the Patriot League.
He is from Hortonville, New York. He appeared in 4 innings, or excuse me, he appeared 4 times for the Bison, 6 innings pitched, 8 earned runs, 4 walks, 10 strikeouts. He is susceptible of giving up the long ball. He gave up 4 this past year.
Yeah, with a season ERA of 12, career ERA of 9.40. But, I mean, only 4 games played this past season.
First pitch cued off.
We apologize for a quick mishap. It came to our attention throughout that in-between innings. Our camera had frozen, so hope that it's working now. Seems like it on our end.
Hope so. So, big swing and a miss at that one. It popped out of the glove of Gallagher, but an 0-2 count to JT Vance. It's him, Plume, and Francis due up, barring any pinch hitters. The 0-2, change up, cued off, and will rainbow over the Dutchman dugout. So just like Seth Lovell, we are seeing another pitcher for the Stallions get out ahead early. High fastball up and out of the zone.
Yep. JT Vance's last at-bat had that blooper over to Stellagenis at second, slightly into the infield.
Reamer still ahead in the count, 1-2. Glove behind the head, lefty winds, kicks, deals. Fastball up and out of the zone.
Two count to Vance. Likes the call.
Our big lefty winds, kicks, deals, and this one cued off again. A good battle. Need Bryce Reamer to do his job here. 2-2 on the way. Fastball right down Broadway, got him. Good battle from Reamer to not let that at bat go any further, and a strikeout to get the top of the 8th started for the Bison.
Hey man, you've only been up here for what, about 4 days now? And I mean, you're already saying Broadway, so there's New York terminology already going into your Georgia blood.
That's now 4 straight Dutchmen to fall victim of the strikeout. Correction, that's actually 5 straight. If you go back to Cabello, the way he ended, the top of the 6th. So now 5 straight strikeouts, exactly what you want to see from your relievers. That one just runs off the plate to even the count.
Nick Plew having an all right day, both on defense and offense.
1-1. That one bounced into the dirt for a ball 2.
Gallagher doing a good job to block that one with the chest protector, even though no one on base. Always want to see that out of your catcher.
You want a little fun fact about Mr. Bryce Reamer?
You know what? Have at it.
He is training to become a licensed falconer.
You know what? Okay, so I have a crazy story for you. So why not some story time here on Saugerties Baseball as we await the pitch. Cut me off anytime.
2-1, Reamer, lefty, winds, kicks, and deals. And this went into the screen. Story time.
All right, so when I was growing up, I had a weird fascination with, you know, birds of prey. So any type of like owls, hawks, falcons, and stuff like that.
They're cool animals.
And I want to say for my, I believe it was it was either my 13th or 14th birthday. My mom had brought us to this.
Cut you off
Yeah, no worries, go for it.
Reamer kicks and deals the 2-2 pitch lined into center field. In comes the center fielder, Dieter, the man who has been the hero in the late innings with the bat, does it with the glove. Evan Dieter, what a play.
And you know what? These Stallions got amazing outfielders with Conrad in right, Amato in left, and of course Dieter from St. Bonaventure out there in center, all making fantastic plays both last night and tonight.
You gotta watch out, not quite out of the woods yet, as we have Austin Francis digging in. Francis has not had a great
Oh,
game.
no, 35. Excuse me. Hastings. Remember the pinch hit. He's
Hastings,
still in.
Yeah, okay, we have the pinch hitter still in, so Hastings. And Dutchmen opting to go with the pinch hitter again. Then the 0-1 is.
And that's why they tell us, watch out.
us.
That's why they say, watch out for the lefties.
Rob's got his glove. He's ready to go. But here we go. Reamer looking for another 0 up on the board from the Stallion relievers. Spikes this one into the dirt.
One-two count.
Hastings looks in at Reamer. Reamer looking for another 0 on the board. The lefties 1-2 is fouled off by Hastings. Good job to stay alive, but Reamer still ahead.
You know what? This is a very important at bat because this could be the last strike of the inning, last pitch of the inning. So you know what? We'll save that story for in between innings.
Yeah. So here we go once again. Lefty-lefty matchup. Hastings versus Reamer. Reamer winds, kicks, deals, good. Breaking ball, but a better take. So the count now even at 2 apiece. This is what you want here on opening night. High pressure situation, a 5-3 ball game. A strikeout and excellent play at center field so far, and this one spiked down into the dirt. So we're going to have a full count, the tying run in the on-deck circle. So here we go. Payoff pitch. Reamer, the lefty, winds, kicks, deals. Fastball at the knees. Got him looking. Frozen. Popsicle back to the dugout. 2 strikeouts and an excellent play in center field by Evan Dieter. Gets the Stallions 3 outs away. Not before we could add on some more insurance runs as we welcome you back to the Ulster Savings Press Box. Chris, we've got a good one here. Let's add on some insurance so maybe we don't have quite as stressful of a top of the night.
Yeah, exactly. So the score 5-3 if you're just joining us. Gonna enter the bottom of the 8th here. Get that changed up for you on the scoreboard. But where I was, of course, with, how do you say his last name? Excuse me, is it Reamer? Reamer, okay. So him wanting to be a Falconeer around, I believe it was my 13th or 14th birthday. My mom had brought me me and a couple friends to this really, really cool, not zoo, what's the word I'm looking for? Just like
aviary.
Yeah, sure, yeah, something like that. So this place had wolves and birds of prey. Okay. And they took some of the falcons out. Me and my friends, they let the falcons and owls like fly right through us. It was really, really cool, and that was a cool experience. And so for him to want to do a job like that and, of course, take care of wildlife, that's amazing.
Yeah, I love him taking care of the wonderful wildlife all across. You know, speaking of wildlife, something that I was actually talking to somebody from Kansas. Shout out Paul Hunt, Benedictine softball coach. He was going for a run, and something he wasn't quite familiar with in the South. We have these little things called alligators. he was a bit surprised on this morning jog when he saw 2 of them just hanging out. And it's like, yeah, you know, you just leave them alone. They're actually pretty nice things. But we have a new pitcher to announce for you. Nick Close for the Dutchmen, the Xavier University freshman. And he is heading into his sophomore year. He's just finished up his freshman year. Didn't see much action, but we will see what the Romeoville, Illinois native is able to cook up here against the Stallions lineup, looking to add on some insurance runs before we head to the 9th inning.
And with that, we'll send you back out to the home plate camera. There you go, folks. For the bottom of the 8th, as we listen to Sweet Caroline play here at Canton Memorial Field. Of course, me being a Penn Stater, love this song. It's a tradition, especially during the Beaver Stadium Penn State whiteout.
I cannot confirm who that is warming up. I think something we're going to have to invest in are some binoculars up here for the press box. That does look like it's TJ Lopez warming up. I don't want to guarantee that one for the listeners, but there is somebody warming up for a possible save opportunity, but hopefully this Stallions lineup is able to take that opportunity away and ease everybody's blood pressure before we head into
it. Well, to start the bottom of the 8th inning is number 24, Evan Wayman, your designated hitter tonight for the Stallions. 0 for 3 tonight in the bottom of the 1st, falling to the 6-3, then get caught looking in the 3rd. In the 6th, swung for a strikeout, and now his 4th plate appearance.
Well, let's see if he's able to turn things around tonight. That's a fastball way up and in. Pickles the ball boy going out to get him out of the boy Pickles.
There we go. What a bat boy Pickles is. Got announced to the team on the bus ride up to Amsterdam yesterday.
1-0 on the way upstairs. Away. You know, something that we're getting to see a good bit of, Chris, is how these guys gel early on. You look down here, nobody's in the dugout, nobody's really sitting, or they're sitting.
Yeah, they're all surrounded together.
They're together. You see guys laughing, having a good time, and supporting their guys. You know, these are guys that they've built their relationship together over the last 4, 5, 6 days. Here's a 3-0 pitch on the way, right at the knees for strike 1.
Yeah, and you talk about these guys sticking together. I mean, the gym that the Stallions are partnered with, IXL Health and Fitness Club, one of our sponsors here for the Saugerties Stallions. You know, we both go in there. You get there a little bit earlier in the morning than me. I go around maybe 11 o'clock.
This 3-1 pitch misses outside, and Wayman will be able to reach base for the first time tonight and provide a possible insurance run.
And you're talking about that teamwork aspect. Yeah, every time I'm in there, there's 2 or 3 of the guys in there, and they're all there together.
Yeah.
It's amazing to see. I mean, I know myself as a broadcaster, you know, it's good to see the same guys in there every now and then, so that way, you know, familiar faces. And of course, when we come here to the ballpark, that just makes everybody more familiar with each other. It's something great.
I was able to, I actually went the other day, as this one is cracked into center field, and moving and making an excellent play in center is Vince Venditti. How about the center field work here over the last couple of innings?
Yeah, it was absolutely great to get Andrew Amato's line drive out there, so he falls to the F8. And now they got to deal with Aaron Stellogenis, who's 1 for 3 so far in this one. Got that second single in the 3-run rally, but then strike out twice in a row in the 4th and the 6th.
I've seen Aaron put together some good ABs. The main thing he's got to do right now is just work a little bit on that bat speed. He's gotten beaten just on some good fastballs so far from what I've seen in the small time that we've been able to broadcast for him. Now that fastball right there, he's got tippy cap. That is some high heat, top corner of the zone for strike 1.
Yeah, so 0-1 here to Stellogenis, playing second tonight, sometimes also a shortstop.
Close delivers one on the lower outside region, but just a bit outside to even the count up at 1 apiece. So 1 on, 1 out, 1-1 the count. Nick Close, the righty, Aaron Stellogenis in the right-hand batter's box, slightly open stance, awaits. And watch this high heat give him a little bit of a Mississippi-style shave.
Yeah, Stellogenis didn't like that one up high, almost near the helmet area, backed up, out of the way, he's good. 2-1 the count, 1 out.
This little brush me off fastball. Here's a 2-1, and this one wildly outside. So now a hitter's count, 3-1. And Close having a little bit of trouble finding the strike zone. A hard hit ball to center field. As the out of Amato, Wayman reached on a walk. And Stella Genis in the driver's seat. 3-1 pitch from close. Winds, kicks, deals, and this one shaves off the outside part of the plate. If there was a Sharpie on the bottom of it going down, it could have painted the black. The payoff pitch on the way. Stella Genis awaits. Close, winds, kicks, deals. This one hit well. Right field, hooking, but foul. Just a bit too much side spin on that one. But once again, Stella Genis, he has got a really good two-strike approach. Go back to the first inning, or excuse me, the second inning for Stella Genis. His first AB, very similar right there. He had, I believe it was either 2-2 or a full count. He did something similar, and that one found grass. Let's see if he can do it again. Close, once again with the payoff pitch.
That's all right, stay alive, kid.
Just once again, just a great
battle.
battle.
Great battle, yeah. A great at-bat here from Stella Genis, of course.
Might be 7, 8.
If you're here for Saugerties, you hope he comes out here as the victor.
7th, 8th pitch, 7th or 8th pitch of the AB coming up.
You know what? I lost count, I'll be honest with you.
I think this is number 8 of the AB. Yeah, that's got to be number 8 of the AB. It's the third after the 3-2, and this one will get on Stella Genis. Once again, just not quite able to catch up to that fastball. I'm going to go get a little bit of cutting action too. That's a good pitch on a 3-2 count. Nothing to hang your head on too much there, kid. That will bring up Alex.
Alex Neville's technically perfect. Hit by pitch.
Hit by pitch, walk. Let's see if he can find a gap here. Not on that one. That went right in for strike one. And we're finding out a lot about these guys as well, but would not just hurt my feelings too much to see Evan take off. Don't know if he's got a ton of speed or not, but I'd like for that insurance run to be on second base.
Ooh,
not
and
bad.
Tried over at first, the catcher, Fasolina.
Yeah, Fasolina, not a bad little pickoff attempt there. Good job getting back underneath it, Evan. It's now 0-2 the count here in the bottom of the 8th. Stallions looking to add on some insurance. And that fastball way up and out of the zone. 1-2 the count.
So, 1-2, 2 outs, score 5-3 in favor of the Stallions. Alex Neville trying to reach first base for the 4th time today.
Nick Close trying to prevent that. The 1-2 from Close, fastball right down Peachtree, got him. So here we go, folks, opening night here at Canteen Field, and it is a 5-3 ball game. 3 outs away from getting back to 500 as we welcome you back to the Ulster Savings Bank, where you matter. Press box. My name's Reagan Harrell alongside Chris Machado. Chris, not a bad home opener so far, but we need to cross the finish line.
It has not, and when you look at this game in total, it's a successful home opener no matter which way you look at it. And here is a pitching change. This is going to be
TJ Lopez. That is Mr. Lopez.
One of your guys again, number 40, TJ Lopez, as he makes his way to the mound. We'll flip the camera for you here shortly. 15.2 innings pitched, gave up 11 runs, 8 of those earned, gave up 9 walks, struck out 17, only gave up 1 long ball. His season ERA down there at Weber was a 4.60. Career RA of 4.97, and all in 12 games played last season.
I'm not surprised at all to see him come out of the closing run. Like I said, the only reason he wasn't a closer at Weber International, Chris, was, well, Dawson Young, he was a top 3 closer in the NAI last year, but for 95% of the teams at the Division II, NAI, Division III, I'd say a lot of Division I teams as well, you would have a guy like TJ Lopez, and why not? Here's what he's going to throw, and here's where he's going to sit. He throws sinker, slider, changeup. Not going to see a lot of the 4-seam fastball from him, not his pitch. But that sinker's going to run about 89, 91, slider 80, 83, and changeup 76, 78. Majority sinker, changeup. People ask, what's the difference? Well, when you have that sinker coming in, you're going to have a little bit more of that inside break to a right-hand hitter. Changeup will run away from you. You're going to get a lot of weak contact ground outs. Going to need the infield to step up big here. The slider, probably not going to see the slider much from Lopez. That's more of that 0-2. Let's throw it, see if we can get a good chase here. You saw right there, there's a good sinker from him down in the dirt.
Yeah,
it's also going to be important if runners do get on for Albany, for Gallagher, to keep things in front of him. Lopez likes to attack the bottom of the zone. Like I said, get a lot of ground outs. There's that good sinker again from him.
Yeah, so there we go. We'll flip the camera around for you here. Get a look at that scoreboard tonight. If you're just joining us, there you go. 5-3, Saugerties Stallions lead, top of the ninth, and TJ Lopez right now is going to ask to be the closer from his head coach down in Weber and here in Saugerties, Colin Martin.
Yes, sir.
So, here we go, an exciting one. If he can get these 3 outs with no damage done, Saugerties will be 1-1 on the year, and also the Albany Dutchmen will be 2-2 if this result holds.
Looking to even it up here in the PGCBL East standings. So here we go. TJ Lopez's first pitch will be that sinker down in the dirt for ball 1.
This is a pinch hitter here. We'll get the information for you shortly. Pinch hitting for Josh Foglia. That ball fouled back.
That's Mike Talavera.
Okay, so the pinch runner that came in has an at-bat now.
And he watched that 1-1 sinker at the bottom of the zone for strike 2. Well, you know, Chris, you've been impressed with 2 Weber pitchers so far. I'd love to complete the hat trick.
Hey, you know what? I think you already have a hat trick because of last night.
1-2 from Lopez. Wines, kicks, deal. The righty's going to have the ground ball over to our third baseman, Sam Hill, who fires over. And hey, just like I said, he relies on that ground ball, and there's the first one of the night. You know, in fact, I was talking to TJ earlier today, and I said, TJ, you're hot in the pitch, you're likely to see tonight. What do you want to see? He said, I want 3 ground balls and a broken bat.
Hey, there you go.
He's a fourth of the way there with 1 ground ball.
Yeah, just needs some firewood, either on this at-bat or the next one.
Hopefully that's all the chances he gets.
Yeah, but I don't think he'd be too upset if he didn't get a broken bat.
So there's another chopper, this one to Hill, and he will fire across the Hudson Brown. Get on your feet, Pony Nation. The Stallions are 1 out away from the first win of the 2023 campaign.
And here comes another pinch hitter. I believe this is going to be number 44, pinch hitting for Mario Cubello.
That is Will Plattner, the freshman from Ole Miss.
Oh, so they're going to send a D1 SEC guy out here, try and shake up TJ.
He only appeared in 7 games for Ole Miss. He had a big game against Alcorn State. I was reading up on him a little bit earlier. Come on, guy plays for Ole Miss. I'm not going to look at what he's done. So not a huge sample size from his freshman year in Oxford. However, at Glenwood High School, his senior year, he batted .525 with 6 home runs. So a good challenge for TJ, who deals the 1-0 pitch, sinker, down in the dirt for ball 2.
All right, so 2-0 count here. Obviously not what Lopez wants. He'll work himself back if he can.
Plattner was an Illinois first-team All-State in 2021. And Lopez's 2-0 pitch to him. Cut on and miss. And there's a rare 4-seam fastball from Lopez. Don't see it a lot, but you saw that one. I don't think Plattner saw a lot of it.
Yeah, not at all. That was probably the last thing Plattner expected.
It's not in the scouting report for Lopez. See what he goes with a 2-1. He goes with the sinker. I don't know where that one missed.
Seems just low by home plate umpire's decision. So now it's 2-2.
I believe it's 3-1.
Or 3-1, excuse me.
3-1's the count. The scoreboard says 2-2, but the count's 3-1 with 2 gone in the top of the ninth. Lopez misses inside.
All right, so Plattner gets the walk, probably what Albany was looking for there. But now here's the top of the order. Vince Venditti. He is technically 1 for 4 today, but that first at bat, the E6 got him on base. But struck out in the 7th, and of course Lopez is going to try and make Venditti here a repeat offender of the strikeout.
Well, Venditti's got the big one tonight, a 2-run blast to center field. Or excuse me, to left field, but there's a big swing and a miss on a sinker at the bottom of the zone.
And just 2 more pitches like that could send Saugerties Stallions home with their first win, or technically they already are home, so.
Oh, we head to the off day.
There you go, yeah.
Here we go, Lopez, the 0-1. Fouled off.
And
get on your feet again, Saugerties, New York. Down to their last strike are the Albany Dutchmen.
And I know if he gets a strikeout here, expect a huge call here from Mr. Reagan Harrell.
Oh, yes, sir. Here we go. The tying run at home plate. 0-2 the count. Lopez, the righty from Weber International, winds, kicks, deals, and spitting on the changeup. Good eye from Venditti. Doesn't want to become the hat trick victim tonight. He represents the tying run. Lopez has the sign he wants from Gallagher. The righty winds, kicks, deals, got him looking. Albany flying Dutchman into Dutchman's locker, courtesy of some excellent bullpen work from the Stallions, and Evan Dieter with the big knock and some excellent defensive work. But hey, you know, I got to give the plug, man. How about this bullpen specifically? TJ Lopez and Seth Lovell, my Weber boys out here doing their thing tonight. And the entire Saugerties Stallions, what a game. We get the lead, we fall behind early, come back, take the lead. The momentum goes all the way with the Albany Dutchmen. But then, like we said, the big 7th inning where Seth Lovell strikes out the side. And then we have the big stretch. And then with 2 outs, Evan Dieter, Chris, has the big knock. He's got to be my player of the game.
Has to be. I mean, what a great showing, especially when you compare last night's game to tonight's game. The Stallions are 1-1 to start the early season. A big win here against Albany, 5-3.
As the boys throw up
the boys are throwing up the W's up here to the press box. So we're gonna bring it back in here to the Ulster Savings press box. Well, we're myself, Chris Machado, and Reagan Harrell, who's a very happy man tonight, seeing his boy from Weber International get the last 3 outs of the game.
I tell you, I am happy about that, but I'm mostly just happy to say I am a Saugerties Stallion and I am a winner on opening day, Chris. Very happy for the boys and everybody here in Saugerties, New York. I mean, what impressed you tonight, man? What
impressed me tonight, you know what? You mentioned that bullpen work as the Saugerties Stallions were high-fiving over there by the pitcher's mound, and, you know, it's very interesting. They're going more or less with this 2-inning pitcher strategy. Head coach Colin Martin and, of course, pitching coach Rich, they want to see what they got, and all their guys are trying to give everybody some time on the mound, a decent amount of batters. And you know what? Last night, fell short. Tonight, that strategy worked perfectly against the Albany Dutchmen, and the Stallions are victors, 5-3 for their first win of the season.
Hey, and we're getting to go to the off day. Happy, 1-1 on the year. No game tomorrow, but we pick up action Tuesday, correct?
We do.
Yeah, we got a game on the road Tuesday, but hey, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up. We gotta get down. We got a player of the game interview with Evan we have to go to. So, my name is Reagan Harrell for my great partner, Chris Machado. The Stallions win on the home opener. Good